Well, speaking of looking at people who are stupid, welcome to the Wizard Hole in Null York City on a Wednesday. This is the Z-team. We're about to play some cyberpunk tabletop role-playing game stuff. But before we do that, let's go around and introduce our players. Now, normally, over here, we introduce Tyler Boss playing Lancelot and or Dang Rusty first. But in this instance, we've got a newcomer. If you'd like to introduce yourself, maybe even say something about yourself.
Hey, whoa, how's it going?
There's your camera.
Hey, whoa, okay, there's a lot of cameras here, all right. My name's Alex. I'm gonna be playing Chef Mike. That's about it.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa. My name's Jensen, and I'm playing Daisy Chain.
Sorry, I
I'm
did
sorry,
the
I
cheers.
talked right over the cheers.
Sorry, who are
I'll
you?
just pretend they were from me. Oh, well, I'm Jensen. I'm Daisy Chain.
And I'm Rosie Razikin. I'm playing Todd, the nicest guy in the room.
That's right. You are playing Todd right now, and I forgot to put Todd on the screen. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that first. Let me just slide it on over. Gorgeous. Here we go. We're back with Todd on here. Oh, right. And,
Well, and I'm Magnus playing Leon Lies Montana.
oh, my God. That was just perfecto across the board. We handled that beautifully. Let's get a horse name.
Like professionals.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Yeah, it's a real, it's perfect for everything else.
It matches the two coconuts perfectly.
I think so, yeah. So here we are in the Wizard Hole with, thank you, Alex, for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Today, Lily playing Bobby Bobbiano as well as Tyler playing Lancelot are not here. Lily has lots of jobs to do, and Tyler went to Portland for some stupid reason. So, in case you weren't here for the last game of Null York City Z-team, a bunch of stuff happened. I say that every time, but this past couple times, a bunch of shit really, truly did and has happened.
It was some shit.
Magnus, do you want to start us off on this?
Well, somebody decided to shove a very dangerous person down a set of stairs. And it all ended very well for everybody concerned. Only one person died at a later date.
Well, we're
yeah.
going to see that happen today.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I guess 3 people died at a later date. It was some Russo Corp stooges and a cop who had a grenade thrown in their booth. But otherwise...
We know nothing whatsoever about that.
Yeah, so what's kind of been going on since the start of Season 2 is that the Z-team has been hunting down Dang Rusty, who is a character from the prologue played by Tyler in the prologue. But that became complicated as they couldn't figure out where he was working. Well, it turned out he worked at a VHS porn shop / cafe where he was just counting dirty money for a bunch of Russian goons. Y'all went in to try to kidnap him, but through an anonymous call, Sokolov, the Russo Corp mob boss that you've kind of gotten on the bad side of a little bit, showed up to see what was happening with Dang Rusty working for Sokolov. And that led to Todd over here shoving Sokolov down a set of stairs, injuring him badly, and then one of Sokolov's, bodyguards running in and shooting Todd's face off.
It seemed like a really good idea at the time. I thought we were going to get the jump on him, but
no. This is Sokolov. I'll pop him up on screen. And the person, there was a deep implication that the person who anonymously called in Sokolov is another mysterious figure named Agent Carter, who's on screen now. And Agent Carter was just there to fuck around, curious what your connection to Dang Rusty was, but was not curious or interested in your connection to Sokolov whatsoever. So then last session, you all got together to talk about what happened. You tried to go and protect Todd, but ended up in a firefight on the lower level of a hospital, and then made your way over to Times Square, where you all got drunk and partied in a penthouse safe house set up by Bobby Bobbiano through one of her landlord contacts. Am I missing anything?
Yeah, but also to explain why we're after Dang Rusty is because Schema, who's given several different teams jobs, wanted to get in touch with Dang Rusty to. Should I do it, or do you want me to keep doing it?
No, I love it.
To hunt down information about a woman who appeared at the end of the last season and was able to manipulate time and had a special contact with Dang Rusty.
Exactly.
And in fact,
Damn.
we do not know her name.
You're right. You only know the name if you
meta.
played in the prologue.
Yeah.
But Schema works for Cambridge Analytica, which is a big data collecting, or New Cambridge Analytica rather, which is a big data collecting agency.
Big data collecting agency, and Schema is hungry to keep her job that she's afraid is in trouble. So again, Schema hired you all to go after Dang Rusty, looking for a connection to Erica Paulson. Dang Rusty, who is working for Sokolov, and you're trying to talk to Dang Rusty. Sokolov got involved, got injured. That was a big bad deal, and Todd was rushed off to a hospital where everybody is almost certain that Todd is dead.
Thanks
and,
to my
does
wonderful
anybody-
insurance.
Well, to add more to it, I mean, because a lot did happen, is that we had a very sheepish phone call from a very sheepish
Yes, you're right.
names. Sorry.
Steel Skull, Jack Hennessy called you up to inform you that you have all been targeted by Kill Team 6, his old assault team. Steel Skull is now on screen too.
Yeah.
So that was basically a recap for the entirety of season 2. Some of that is for Alex
Rage.
over here's benefit, is for Big Mike's benefit.
That was very helpful.
But
That
some
was
of
very
it's also,
helpful.
What was it?
Still figuring out this accent.
You'll get there. We're not even in it yet. You're already going. I love it. I love it.
Every ethnicity.
You know what? It's 2071, aren't we all? So with all that said, I think we're going to immediately change scenes and, well, start our first scene. And we're going to go to the hospital. This hospital being recently shot up Wyckoff. But in fact, actually, we're going back in time a little bit. This is actually a little bit before the hospital was shot up. And let me take Steel Skull Jack Hennessy off the screen. He has nothing to do with what's going on right now.
Because he's
Get
a
out of
good lad.
Steel Skull is a good lad. All right, so we are now in Wyckoff Hospital. We are here mere moments after a team from your Blue Cross Blue Shield Ultra Insurance came to the Iron Curtain VHS and porn shop to fire it with a couple cannons, a minigun, and a bunch of assault rifles in order to extract you and bring you to Wyckoff Hospital, one of the best hospitals in Brooklyn, in order to see if they can fix your cyber skull. You've been in here. You're a welder taken to your cyber skull as they pull out shrapnel and a bunch of weird plugs shoved into the holes that have gone through your guts and elsewhere. And it's been maybe 2 hours in between some magical new technology and your ultra insurance that you've got. They've got you up and kicking. And by up and kicking, I mean you are paralyzed from the neck down via anesthetic. But your eyes are wild, and the uppers are just kicking in right now as you look around this white white hospital room, a room all to yourself. You've got golden curtains, an air conditioner blowing, and a heater blowing, just so you can get the temperature just right in this space. Because, of course, you do have gold level insurance.
Yeah.
And you've got quite a view of several bodegas and a parking lot down the street.
Okay. All right. So I'm paralyzed, and they're giving Todd uppers, not morphine.
Well, they're giving you some uppers.
Yeah,
they're giving
to
you some
wake me up,
uppers to
okay.
wake you up while they've got the rest of you anesthetized.
Okay.
Puppers.
Yeah, some puppers. And
It's an amphetamine that's delivered through therapy dog.
All right.
now you are a little bit.
right.
Thank you.
You are a little bit hazy in the eyes. It's a little hard to fully understand what's happening around you. But there's no one in the room with you. It's evening, pretty close to midnight right now. Is that right?
Immediately after the incident.
No,
This is
it's
like a
not
couple-
midnight. I'm sorry. It's early evening, and it is only a couple hours after the incident.
Right.
And that's when you hear some heavy footsteps come into the room.
I'm probably yelling for the nurse to put on the anime channel.
Start doing it.
Excuse me. Can I get assistance? And I can't jam the button, so I'm just
You're just
I'm
yelling.
just yelling.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Can we get that hot lady nurse back in here? Like, come on.
Come on, you're talking too quiet. They're not going to hear you saying quiet like that.
Get hot nurse back, please. Need anime.
And that's when you see a shadow over your head. And looking down at you, one tooth missing, bandages on half their head, is Mr. Sokolov, whomst you threw down the stairs.
Oh, hi. What are you doing here? It's, really,
Hush, hush, Todd Roberts. I regret to inform you that this hot nurse you've requested will not be showing up to put animated television on your TV up there. In fact, I assure you, we have unplugged the cable box entirely. Todd Roberts, I need you to know how difficult it is to look down at you, half fucking paralyzed, and your other half face off, looking uglier than I've ever seen you, and you are an ugly, ugly man. And inform you that the degree to which I want to hurt your body is something I can't do. You're lucky you were brought to this hospital, which is within the boundaries of the Myrtle Wyckoff demilitarized zone, and of course, under the pieces of the Treaty of Kentucky Fried Chicken, which I desperately want to break, but not like this. So, we'll have to do this real nice. Vilma, come in here. And from the back of the room steps a young, attractive woman. She's pulling up a sleeve and pulls out a vial of something, a syringe, and walks up and looks you in the eye and says, "Oh, Todd Roberts, I hope this hurts," and shoves the needle in your neck and injects you with something. I need you to roll body plus willpower.
this is probably the most important roll Todd will make.
Mm-hmm.
So, luck?
Please, body plus willpower plus luck. Turn rule of 6 on.
It's not a great roll.
What much is it?
It's gonna be 4 dice.
With luck, it's 4 dice.
I see.
Yeah, you need to add luck.
That is not the correct one. It's actually body plus willpower.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 7.
And plus 1 for luck.
Yes, 7 with luck.
Do it.
All right.
Hit it.
1 hit. So I'll let you know that to beat this threshold, you needed 12 hits.
Oh, which I wasn't rolling.
You've just been injected with gamma scoplamine,
Oh.
which, if anybody is a fan of Lexicon John, you would know is a paralytic and then a truth serum.
Joke's on you, I already can't move.
Jokes on you, I already got.
Okay.
Sokolov pulls up a chair, sits down next to you, and says, starts reading a book. Tanya says, "It will be about 1 hour, Mr. Sokolov." Sokolov goes, "Oh, that's fine. I'll stand here and just look at this wretched piece of shit while I wait."
Whoa, are you killing me?
You can't say shit. You're completely paralyzed.
Oh, okay.
Is this
Yeah.
Todd's
I'm just gonna
internal
slowly-
monologue?
Slowly die over the course of an hour?
No, it's not going to kill you. It's paralyzing you.
That's it?
And so you sit here, your eyes open, looking straight up the ceiling, going drier and drier as you can't blink them.
Oh.
Your mouth half open, as you were saying, of course, like, I don't remember what words, but you got cut off in the middle.
Oh, I said joke's on you, I'm already
Jokes on you,
paralyzed.
so your mouth is getting dry, your tongue like sandpaper, your eyes painfully dry, and then you feel yourself starting to be able to move. You blink, and it's like sandpaper going over your eyes once or twice before the wetness comes back. Your mouth, but you find yourself feeling really high, loose, weird. Everything feels good. Tanya snaps a finger in front of your face, and you turn to look at it so slowly and says, "Mr. Sokolov, he is ready." And Sokolov snaps his book shut, the latest Tom Clancy novel, and stands up over you and says, "Todd Roberts, who were you with the day that you attempted to assassinate me?" Now, you can roll to try to lie.
Okay.
But I am giving you a -8 on a body plus willpower check to do. On a willpower plus composure check to do it. Otherwise, you have to tell the truth.
You gonna rat
Well,
me
I
out?
don't have to say anything, right? I
No,
can
you're
say
compelled.
nothing.
You're compelled to speak.
Why am I compelled?
truth
Because
serum.
you're under a truth serum called gamma
Oh,
scoplamine, and it's
I didn't
making
know
you
it was a
slow and
truth
stupid.
serum. I thought it
Oh,
was
yeah.
paralyzing agent. Okay. Well, if I'm under a truth serum,
So you can roll. You can roll willpower plus composure at a -8 if you want to try to resist it.
I don't think I'd have any dice left.
So talk to me. Talk to me, Todd Roberts.
Oh, well, like, there's this girl I really like. Her name's Daisy Chain. like, I don't know much about her. She has a pretty cool car. I think she's really pretty. Like, when you see her face in the sun, like, it's just like, she's like one of the prettiest people I think I've ever seen. And
Okay, we don't need to know about how pretty she is. Go on.
I
Who
don't-
else were you with?
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's this guy, and like, he's like a big guy. I don't even know his name because it's not
What does he
Daisy
look like? What does he
Chain.
look like?
He's like a big guy. He's like really pretty big, you know, like he's tall.
Okay, who else were you with?
There was this one guy that, you know, he's like our hacker guy. I think he's
Boring looking,
Yeah.
like he has a part on the side.
he's pretty boring.
He wears a
yeah,
sweater.
like his name is
Lies.
Lies.
Lies, yes, Lies. I got it right before.
But he tells the truth most of the time. Like,
Yes, I noticed that too.
and then,
Odd name.
and then, you know, like, there's this girl I used to like. Her name's Bobby, but like
Bobby,
but
Bobbiana.
like, she's not as beautiful as the girl that I love right now. So, like, you know, I just wanna see the face of my Daisy Chain again.
And there was no one else? That was it?
I mean, it was and me, and like, I was just trying to like succeed.
Who
with-
else? Who gave you this job to come and kill me?
Oh yeah, that was Schema.
Schema from New Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah, Schema.
And your job was to kill me, to
Yeah.
confirm.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
You're lying now.
Well,
Wait,
Oh.
does Todd think it was? What does Todd think the job was?
I think it was. Well, I mean, I would know. Like, we were trying to get info from this dang Rusty guy. You showed up.
Killing me was
You were
just-
in my way. Like, I didn't know who you were. So
Why were
like,
you trying to meet with Dang Rusty?
I don't know. Schema wanted me.
Thank you,
I'm
Todd.
just here for.
Is
the
there
money.
anything else you want to tell me while you're feeling completely here? Do you want to tell me about how you have sexual fantasies with your mother? Or something weird like that, because you're one of those kinds of people.
Am I mom under a truth serum?
Yeah, dude. tell us your truth, Todd. What makes us you the way you are?
Listen, it's just like my mom. She was always getting pushed around by these guys. I just decided, like, you know, that's what women are for. You push them around, and you know, like that, and so I've been trying to get a girlfriend because, like, I'd love to have, you know, my mom sucks, so I'd like want a better girlfriend so that, like, because my mom sucks, so I wanted a girlfriend like my mom, and
Ugh,
like
the
then-
story of every Shadowrunner. They want a girlfriend like mom, but nothing like mom. Tanya, have you dated such? Yes, I date such all the time. It's all I can find. Yeah. So we don't need another Todd Roberts running around. No, Sokolov. No, I don't think so.
No, wait, like, it's totally in
No,
your
no.
interest to let me live.
Oh, it's out,
I have
absolutely
more
Todd.
compelling
Absolutely. And he
information.
takes a pillow and he says, "Absolutely, Todd." And he holds the pillow up against your head, and he holds it there as you paralyzed, can't move, but you
Yeah.
can keep saying, you can keep
I
trying to
mean-
tell the truth.
Listen, it's just like I'm a lover of beautiful women, and it's not my fault that I couldn't have any my whole life. I'm gonna die here a virgin. This is the worst possible thing that could happen to Todd.
And that's how you go, a virgin in a hospital.
All
The
right.
two worst things that exist. And that's when just distant pops. It'll sound a lot louder on stream. Sokolov and Tanya turn around to hear. They turn around, they hear that, and they go, looks like someone was trying to get Todd. Too late, I guess. And then they leave the room.
Lancelotte like blew the shit out of a lot of the hospital.
That's exactly it. So now,
Well, the
turning
the
off-
parking lot outside, anyway.
Yeah.
turning off the Sokolov music.
Rest in peace, sweet soldier.
Well, we might have back reasonably
Explaining
soon.
until the very end.
So that was the scene of Todd going. We are now moving.
We got F's
forward.
in the chat for Todd.
Oh yeah, let me pop an F on screen. So you know what? That's not enough. Let me pop a couple Fs on screen. So what's happened here? That all happened during the events of last session. So basically, as you were going to the hospital and you all ran into Russian goons, Russo Corp goons in the lobby, immediately made it. Bobby Bobbiano did such a bad job of stealthing in that they immediately noticed Bobby Bobbiano. A firefight ensued. Both of them were killed, and then a cop was blown up with a grenade for not really that much of a reason. You could have easily driven through the plywood railing that was keeping everybody in. But yeah, the violence that followed this subtle assassination attempt led to you all to retreat back to Times Square.
I drove so good, remember?
Yeah, you got 8 successes on driving back to Times Square.
So good.
Where you all met at a penthouse that Bobby Bobbiano was able to procure, so you could all party and drink and hide. While Todd,
after redisguising the car.
right, redisguising the car, you all
Which I
decided
haven't
to.
seen yet.
You haven't seen the new car, no.
No.
You all went and decided to hide in a penthouse apartment, and
I was recutting the video.
you were recutting video to make funny fart noises as Sokolov fell down the stairs to use as leverage against Sokolov.
And
And you made sure that your 2 contacts were away. But while you guys are all partying it up, Todd was dead in a hospital room, and nobody could know.
I mean, he
but
wasn't
by
a very
the way,
likable guy.
the other thing is that looking at the video more closely, I mean, it is. I think it might also be. I think I'm also cutting together a quick Agent Carter supercut.
What are you going to do with Agent Carter in there?
Well, because you see, he was very prominent about bad-mouthing Sokolov and how much of a shithead Russo Corp was and how they were all worthless, you see.
So you're going to tie it in to make it look like Agent Carter
Well,
did it?
no.
But you're making the hands of Todd look like Big Bird.
No.
Okay.
No.
That is canon. That was last time.
Yeah, I know. Big Bird.
Big Bird's involved in all this. Okay.
But anyway, the thing is, I do think that Mr. Sokolov might be interested that some people in his organization might not be entirely playing to his side.
So are these 2 separate videos or one
Yes,
big video?
two separate videos.
Can I get a data processing software and no? Can I get a data processing artisan performance and logic?
Can I give you
Can I get 2 of those?
an off-camera question?
Yeah. Ask or off camera like.
I want to address. I want to try to find us a place to hide, and by that approach the thing we talked about earlier today. My
Okay.
other contact.
Why don't we come to that?
Yes.
Because
And
you're
I know
still
we
in the
will.
penthouse right now. We're still that same night. So right now we're talking, it's maybe like an hour and a half after Todd got killed that we're in the penthouse as you're working on this thing. Bobby Bobbiano has a lampshade on her head already and is drinking her ass off with the Thumb, her contact who owned the keys to this place, but nobody was renting it, so we're all there. Daisy Chain, you're, I guess, thinking about a way to get out of here. And Lancelot is, his way of dancing is practicing reload animations.
And they're all playing a lot. Never have I ever.
So much of that, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What'd you roll on those dice?
I got 6 hits
On both?
on across the 2.
Oh, okay. So what is it? 3 and 3?
No, 4 for 2.
4 for 2. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So you have a video that is strikingly funny of Sokolov falling down the stairs, and then you have
the other one. No, that was 14. That was like more hits for the last one.
Did you roll that ever?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
rolled
did?
that- yeah, I rolled that last session.
How many did you get? I missed
I
that.
can't remember. It was over 10.
Okay, well,
You-
10 is fine. So
Yeah.
this one was 6 total. I'll
Yeah,
give you
yeah.
the 4 because I only wanted you to roll it once.
Yeah.
So okay, so yeah, you have an amazing video full of like saxophone music and like it goes fast forward and then it goes rewinds itself. It falls down. You put in some fart noises. It's just really embarrassing for Sokolov, you know. And then you have one that's just like dire and deep. It feels like an Infowars cut of Agent Carter saying.
No, I
like,
mean this.
don't
No,
give a
this.
shit
No,
about
this
that.
one should be. This one should be much more straightforward. More.
Oh, then it's just perfect. You've cut it beautifully. You
Yeah.
know, you've got a couple star wipes in there. It looks great.
Yeah, and I mean the main thing is simply that it should like highlight Sokolov. Carter shit talking Sokolov, and then saying that he doesn't give a shit about them, and then also his shit-eating grin after he gets back, after everybody steps out.
Yep.
And then also, basically, all the things that imply Mr. Carter was the guy who phoned Yanni,
Yep.
and Yanni then vouched for.
No, that's perfect.
And I'm also going to cut out.
Are you going to do anything with them?
I'm going to try and call Mr. Sokolov.
So we're at this party. It's like
Not
2
right
hours
now.
after.
Yeah.
Okay, so not yet.
Yeah.
Are we doing anything for the rest of the evening? Okay.
I mean, last time we went like, no,
Right.
we've had enough right now. Too much.
So
nerves.
it's the so you stay the night.
Yeah.
Daisy, how much did you drink?
Well, I was trying to keep up with Bobby because she's just somebody I've begun to admire so much. So probably too much.
Can I get a body plus willpower?
Yeah.
Didn't she water down your drinks, or did she?
No,
She
Bobby would never.
No, she actually rolled to do that because she was worried about me. I remember.
God, I forgot all of this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you guys are all keeping track of this, because I forgot about that. Woo.
Yeah, she cares. She's your lady mentor.
Body plus willpower, please.
It was quite sweet. That's no hits.
No hits. You're going to take a -4 for the rest of the day for being hungover.
Okay, but it's already evening, right?
No.
Oh,
You're waking up in the
today?
morning. You're hungover. You're going to take a -4. By the time we get to the
Damn it.
mid-afternoon, we'll take a -2. But Daisy Chain, you are hung the fuck over.
Fuck.
Lies, did
Even
you
though
drink at
Bobby
all?
watered
Nope.
down my drinks? Even though Bobby watered down my drinks? on
Even though
purpose?
Bobby watered down your drinks, you needed 4 hits to not be. If the
Alright.
drinks were not watered down, you would have needed 6 drinks.
All right.
Yeah.
So-
I'm
6
teetotal.
hits.
I am not teetotal, but in this case, I'm hyper focused.
I get that, sure. So you wake up, Daisy Chain, to find Lance over, to find Lies over here, just rewatching the videos, checking to make sure everything's looking good on them. Bobby Bobbiano is laying on a couch and is like half naked, and the rest of her clothes are covering the other half of her body. And then you see that somehow Lance has wedged himself into the decorative fireplace and is deeply asleep, and you don't know how he got in there because this thing looks like it's only 3 feet by 3 feet, and Lance is like 7 feet
I
tall.
assume he was thinking about Santa Claus,
Yeah,
trying to do some of that.
that makes sense. So the thumb,
That makes very sense for Lance.
yeah, it does. You're really getting to the mind of Lance with that one. So the thumb is nowhere to be seen, and you hear a knock on the door, like a bang, 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 pretty hard on the penthouse door.
I'm going to look out the peephole.
You look out the peephole and you see 3 tall, thick-necked men.
Is there anything distinguishing about them?
They all have silver chains with crucifixes on them.
Yeah, and it's not like a double cross thing.
Nope, it's a normal cross with Jesus hanging on it, bloodier than you've ever seen him before.
Catholics.
Wait, so is this...
It's Catholic.
They're Catholics, it's safe.
well, if it's the Italians, that's okay. But if it's Russo...
Do you want to roll?
bad.
Do you want to roll empathy plus intuition?
Yeah. Yes.
Take a -4 on this one. Lies, you want to look and
fuck.
you're like they're
Yeah.
Catholics.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're Catholics.
Okay, empathy plus intuition. So I roll 1 dice now.
All right, let's see. I can't wait. I hope you.
No hits.
No hits. To you, it's like, well, I don't even know what that plus sign means, and why is that guy hanging on it?
So, I mean, you have been out for a little while, but so like, who knows? Okay. I think it's the Italians, and I go, sirs, who's this for?
We was sent by Ronni. We was supposed to be here to make sure that what Bobby Bobbiano is all safe and shit, and brings the rest of yous all down to Carmine's for a nice meatball breakfast.
Friends of Ronnie's. I'll see if I can get Bobby awake.
You can't.
So, 1 sec, sirs, and I'll just try and make Bobby
So as
slightly...
he's trying to dress Bobby up, what do you do?
I just want to, I want to ask them how long we have access to this and how long they think it's going to be.
He goes,
How long
what
till
do
they
you
think it's
think
going
I
to be
think?
hot?
I work in waste management. I don't know nothing about a penthouse apartment or what the goings on of the landlord-tenant relationship. I live in my mama's basement and my cousin lives in the garage.
You ain't heard how long this is going to be hot? It's a safe house. They ain't in
The only
Manhattan.
hot I care about is the hot pesto
Is the
on my
hot
mama's.
pepper in the sub with the peppers. I
Oh my
understand.
God, the peppers with the peppers. You're my kind of person. Can you let me in now? I've been standing in this wet carpet all morning.
You're friends of Bobby's?
It's like, yeah, all three of us.
All right.
Tony, Boney, and Roni.
All right. I'll open it because any friend of Bobby's is a friend of mine.
Yeah, Tony comes in first, followed by Boney, and then Roni picks up the rear. They're all identical, except that one of them is balding slightly. And you can tell that is Roni, and that's why they came in last. Tony and Boney walk right up to Bobby Bobbiano and go, "Ooh, the marinara sauce this one drank. Yeet." All right. Well, Bobby was supposed to not come to the meeting. We're supposed to watch over Bobby anyway. So we'll let Bobby sleep this one off. Otherwise, all of you three need to go. And that's when Ronnie sees Lance in the decorative fireplace and goes, "Boney, Tony, I don't know how we're gonna get this one out of here. You've got any olive oil or some other grease? We can grease this pig up and get him out." And Tony and Boney say, "Nah, we didn't bring nothing like that." And they say, "All right, it's just gonna be you two then, because I ain't getting my hands in this guy's armpit."
So we gotta find a new
No,
safe house.
no. Roni's gonna take you. Tony and Boney, we're here for protection detail, and maybe if we find some olive oil or some hot pepper oil or something, we'll get this guy out of the decorative closet and send him down.
This place did seem to be pretty kitted, given the party.
I spelled Roni. Is it like Ronnie or is it like?
R O
It's like
N I.
pepperoni or macaroni, whichever one you want.
Yeah.
And so with that, Roni says, "All right, let's get out of here." And Tony and Boney say, "Yeah, get out of here, you bald fuck." And Roni goes, "I'm barely balding, guys. Like, what the fuck? We all look the same." And he goes, "I hate those fuckers. We all ready to go? You two?"
Yeah.
It's just like 3 blocks.
The breakfast would be good.
Yes,
And,
we got meatball breakfast with side of fish.
Oh, cool.
How you doing? You look like you look a little under the weather yourself.
I was following up behind Bobby, and I'm sure you boys know how that is.
Yeah, here, take some of this. And he hands you like a little small container of a white powder. He goes,
Okay.
just take this and shove it up your nose and inhale deep.
Well, all right.
All right, so you just took some Nova Coke.
Okay.
And you are now no longer hungover. However, you're going to talk really fast and think that you're really charming for the next hour. And in effect, your
Okay.
charm just went up by 1 and your willpower just went down by 2. That's to indicate that you're going to talk a lot, but you have no awareness of how much you're talking or
All right,
what.
get ready, guys.
Yeah.
And then Roni walks you down takes you down to the elevator across the wet carpet to the elevator that takes you down to the ground floor, and then pops you into a motorcycle with 2 side carriages and starts driving you over to Carmine's.
Sure you don't bother along? She's legend.
Goes, "Oh yeah, we all know Bobby. Bobby's good, but the whole thing is, Bobby's like, Bobby's a made man. We're not gonna let Bobby get in some trouble and some shit's going on. So what we got is we figured to keep you two safe, we take you over to Ronni. You do a little job for Ronni. Then you're in good with us. You're in good with NYPD LLC. You're in good with the trash union, and you're in good with Carmine's.
So
which
you're
means
saying
in
it's
good with the best-
like a job within a job, like in the documentary Inception,
Yeah.
where there's one job, you have one job, and then you look deeper into it, and perhaps it's somewhere inside yourself.
Exactly. It's like
and
layers of lasagna stacked one on
deep
top
inside
of each
your
other.
the
You got-
lasagna of the mind, you discover a new job that you must complete. And I certainly hope that doesn't lead to another debacle in which another job will be found, because I don't know if I can even comprehend levels
Hell yeah.
of recursion in here.
This one gets it. And I
Well,
like that
thanks.
this one gets it. And then they start up.
What's your
there-
name, son?
My name's Roni.
Roni, like
Yeah.
pepperoni or macaroni?
You know what? Your pick.
Oh,
Nice
all right.
broad like you. And then they start up their motorcycle with the 2 side carriages. Now, which side are both of you in? Obvious.
So I'm on the left side.
All right. You fine with the right side?
Of the sidecar?
Yeah, there's 2 sidecars.
The
You want the right side?
motorcycle seats
Yes.
4?
No. Well, somebody could get behind him.
And
got two side
Liza's next to me?
Liza's in the left carriage. This is important. There's the 2 side carriages. Liza's in the left one. You're in the right one. He's in the middle driving.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And then he peels out.
So normally this is crazy for me because I'm usually the one driving, and I have a rig, you're probably familiar, where I can like plug right into my own damn car. I become like part of the car, and I kind of pass out.
Yeah,
so
it's like my fleshlight. What back at home? I plug right into that. Is that what you're
yeah,
talking
and then it
about?
helps you drive really accurate and quickly, and you then have the perception of the fleshlight.
Yeah, we're talking about a different thing right now. I'd never want the perspective of my flesh.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my God.
So yeah, he drives you over, not nearly as well as you could drive. Not near, like 1 success for your 8 successes, and parks the 2 blocks away outside of Carmine's, famous Italian restaurant, and walks you in right through the entrance. The host doesn't even ask you what table you've got, and walks you to the back of the room where I'm really curious if I have any Italian music on this. I don't think I do, and it makes me so sad. But luckily, I do have some restaurant music. And we all know Italian breakfast is a banging industry out in Times Square in New York City. So
I've been out in Times Square in the early morning. It's dead as anything.
Also, have you ever had
yeah, but that's
Italian
because you're
breakfast?
from
Probably not.
You're from the archaic ages of 2020. In 2071, where the New York City Police Department is Italian by definition, with a couple of Polish people in there for diversity. Yeah, you don't
All
know
good
what Italian
Catholics.
breakfast is like. Oh yeah, absolutely. No, that's what the logo is. This is the Sbarro pizza logo with Jesus hanging with bloody tomato sauce coming out of their hands and feet. That's the police union logo now.
Oh, the new stigmata. Very nice.
So in the back of and it's spicy. So in the back of the room,
That's one spicy Jesus.
you see Ronni.
Hey,
Of
drinking
course.
my blood.
Ronni is wearing
Basil.
the classic satin oversized blouse
We-
tucked into.
We've never actually been
khaki
introduced,
pants.
right?
I think that
No, we actually.
a couple people have been introduced.
No, we weren't. We've been to Carmine's before.
You've been to Carmine's, but I think you
But
only
only
were
Bobby
introduced.
talked to Ronnie.
Ronnie was also at the police gala,
Yeah.
and I don't know who else met Ronnie. I think it was one other person. But that was when we were playing with Lexicon John.
Yeah. I mean, the only person who really stood out, well, the two people who kind of stood out, one was Lexicon John because he just stood out, and the other one was Lance because he was wearing a fabulous outfit.
I think
and
Lance
owned
met
the,
Ronnie.
And
Or
owned the
Lex-
dance floor.
But whatever the case is, you see Ronnie, trademark oversized silk blouse, a chain of pearls with a crucifix underneath them, the classic mom haircut with the swoop, and then just like the kind of like somewhat long hair down back. All of the shirt tucked into some khaki capris and just some flats on. Sitting next to Ronnie are a host of thick-necked men. One of them wearing a complete chef's outfit and a chef's hat. Another person sitting off to the left, looking the most out of place completely, is 1 second. Wait, why'd this other thing turn off?
Oh, hi, Ronnie.
Here we go.
I like that it's a pearl.
Is
necklace.
a man with a how would you describe yourself?
So you've got the blonde bowl cut thing
Yeah.
going on with a side shave, and he's got asymmetrical face paint on. Big swaths of like geometric, asymmetrical face paint.
Oh, like
So it can't be tracked.
yeah,
Can't be
anti
tracked
facial
by the
recognition
algorithms.
patterning.
Now, this person, of course, is sitting right next to you, Chef Mike. Could you describe yourself and sitting next to this bowl-cutted, face-painted weirdo? Because everybody else here is a good, thick-necked Italian next to Ronnie, who's already got a jug of Carlo Rossi finished off and another one on the way.
Well, the reason why I want to be here is that I hear the fish here is really good, and I'm trying to open up a restaurant, I got this idea, right? Make your own sushi restaurant, right? And I thought the fish here is good. I can come here and try to fish, see if, they got a good supplier, and then, build my restaurant up from the ground up.
So
Be
you're
a
what?
chef?
You're like a capitalist. You like
No, I mean everybody's got to make money, but,
you don't
I
have
just...
to.
But...
Making your own sushi as in carving your own fish apart?
Yeah, Daisy Chain just comes up, pulls a chair out,
Anyway,
and sits down
so-
without any introduction whatsoever.
Wait, so are you talking about how from the audience member, the restaurant goer?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
the level of
Yeah.
interaction?
You do it all, because, the way I'm thinking is everybody likes sushi, right? And everybody wants to know how to make it. So you come in, you sit down, we give you the fish, you cut it, you make the sauce, you make the wasabi, and you, do all of it. And you get the experience of making
So
You
it's
own
like,
sushi.
So it's like a worker collective. It's like a.
That's a restaurant.
No, but like, you know, do you charge them money or like?
Yeah, it's a restaurant. It
See,
makes
that's
money.
Where you're fucking up, dude. Like you're a capitalist. Are you just being a capitalist?
I'm
now?
working a job.
What do you need money for? You know, like if you like the idea's fine, okay. You're ruining it by bringing in all this monetary. You know, like
It sounds like you like the idea, though, right? You'd come to my restaurant.
I mean, maybe if it was like a bring your own fish collective and like, you know, like I don't support any form of industrialized fishing for fucking capitalists, okay?
It sounds like you're on board, though. It's like the small details, but you'd like come.
Those are pretty big details, but like
You'll love it. You'll love it.
Ronnie sits down and sticks his finger in a glass of wine, licks it, and goes like, but we're talking about cooked fish, right? Because the whole thing I don't understand is who doesn't cook a fish?
Lots of people don't cook a fish. There's lots of ways to
Who
prepare
doesn't
fish.
cook? My mama never didn't cook a fish.
Yeah, but your mama never opened up a Japanese restaurant.
Oh, and you're Japanese now?
Anyone could be Japanese.
If you try hard enough?
Yeah, if you open up a
You see how
restaurant.
thick this neck is? I could never be Japanese.
Don't you like carpaccio?
What's that? Is that a song?
It's Italian, ain't it? The raw beef salad.
Yeah,
with
but
the-
that's raw cow. Cows is what's nature's god to the Hindus, which means that you eat it raw. You're nothing wrong with that.
There's no beef in the restaurant. It's fish. It's sushi.
Can't you just make like one beef sushi for me and like my buds if we come in?
You gotta order it off the menu, though.
So you're gonna put it on the menu?
We're not putting it on the menu. You gotta come in and order it, because then if we have it on the menu, everyone's gonna be asking for beef.
Okay, what if I just want like how do I put this? Like just a meatball and some red sauce.
Oh, it's called a tuna.
No, but you can't make meatball out of. Ronnie goes, all right, enough of this. This is insane. This is insane. Why would you want to open a sushi restaurant? That's what's insane about this. Why don't you open a nice linguine noodle plate? There's ramen bars are all over the place. Linguine is also a noodle, and I figure a soup is like a spaghetti sauce. That's like a soup.
That's
and then instead of what do they call it, tonkatsu, you put a meatball on there. It's like revolutionary. What about that Italian Japanese fusion? You
No,
serve
this is
linguine.
already Italian-Japanese fusion because it's a Japanese restaurant and it's made by an Italian guy. It's never happened before.
That's true. That ain't never happened before, Ronnie. I don't care if it's never happened before. If I can't get red sauce at it, I don't even know what the fuck is food then even. Are you enjoying your cooked fish?
Yeah, it's not bad. Good, you
Ronnie
know.
like pulls it off the plate and goes, hey, let's get raw fish for Mr. Japanese wants to make a raw fish restaurant boy over here.
Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Shit, he likes it. That wasn't in the intention. He likes it. Hey, could you cook it a little bit? Just, I'm trying to make fun of this schmo. He's, too into everything.
Well, what were you just saying? Sorry, I was thinking about.
All right, yeah, let's get down to business over here.
Yeah.
You, squirrely one, why don't you take a seat or nothing?
You seem to be so into your conversation. I didn't want to disturb.
Well, Ronnie came down. He joined the conversation. You want. Oh, I get it. You want to grind the conversation to a halt because you're such a big shot.
No.
This is Ronnie,
sit
not
down.
Roni, by the way.
So I sit down.
So now, all right. What do you have to contribute to this conversation, Mr. Shrimpy boy?
Well. I'd like a good solid breakfast as served here. It'd be very nice.
Oh, right. That's what we're talking about. Good, solid Italian breakfast. I don't understand what your problem is. Wanting all this fish and what, like cucumber?
It's just doing research for my passion.
All right, I can understand passion. Passion of the Christ, Mel Gibson, God rest his soul. Both their souls, Christ and...
It's so sad that Mel Gibson died.
It is so sad. And how he died is so sad, too.
Tragic.
Yeah,
all over the wall.
All over the wall after getting trapped in that escalator as it kept going.
Hours.
Hours and hours. Somebody should have stopped it, but they kept filming it. They thought it was one of those, like, David Blaine things. But,
Yeah.
But
I
with
mean,
Gibson, it's very tragic. And he was working on Passion of Christ, too. Terrible.
Return.
Yeah, the return and the judgment. We was all gonna get whipped like that. And I was looking forward to it. Anyway, I'm talking too much about my sex life again. So, here's the deal. Chef Mike, you're my buddy. I love you. I cannot
too.
wait to invest in one of these restaurants. I got issues with the raw fish, but I think I can meet you halfway depending on how much like garlic bread we're talking about. Over here, we've got what's your fucking name again? It's fucking weird.
Peregrine.
Yeah, that's right, pelican. Over here,
No, it's like
Pellegrino.
you know, like the
Pelicans
it's
can hold a
it's
lot
like
of fish.
Cool hawk, you know, like it's like.
Well, you like a hawk then? You like a bird
Yeah,
person?
dude, it's Peregrine. It's like not that fucking hard.
All right, Peregrines over here, a couple two smiles over here, and we got Chef Mike, and then you can't be Lance. You're too small, and you're not conversing enough with your firearm. So who are you?
So I'm Mr. Lies.
All right, you lies, and you must be
I'm Daisy Chain. I'm such a big friend and admirer of Bobby's, and it's such an honor to be associating with her
you
associates
got something
right now.
on your nose, right there.
Oh, that, anyway, Miss Ronni, it is such an honor that you're watching over us as we're accomplices of Bobby. We've been with her this whole time. I gotta say, I am familiar with the concept of a peregrine. It's a kind of falcon. It also was the
Yeah, it's
name
like
of one of the
coolest
hobbits in
one.
Lord of the
It can,
Rings.
It can like dive down.
People call
It's like-
themselves that because it's
So-
got a
so-
bunch of
so-
consonants and it sounds quite beautiful and of the air.
The
So I
Daisy,
understand
I
you.
think Ms. Robbie wanted to.
Miss Ronnie.
Miss Ronnie wanted to discuss something else.
Well, I'm enjoying some casual conversation as we get our Italian breakfast.
My apologies, Lies.
Let's get what are you looking for? Your half-cooked fish arrives on your plate.
Oh,
What do you want? What do you want? Italian breakfast. What do you want? Ba-bam, ba-bam.
Is
No
that-
menu.
Oh, a pastry, a scone, breakfast.
All right,
scone?
we can get you breadsticks. What do you
Okay.
want?
So I take the chicken palm.
Beautiful. We'll pop an egg on it just to make it like breakfast. And you still fine with just eating just like, what is this? Like just like iceberg lettuce?
Yes. This seems to be your only vegan option.
We got bread baked in pig oil, but we got it.
Yeah, but like,
It's just the oil of the pig, son.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt when it comes out.
no.
No,
No.
you just squeeze the glands, it comes right out.
I mean, like you could at least have kale or something. Like this is iceberg. Like what do you even have?
It's a
this
green
for?
vegetable. What's wrong with a green
What do
vegetable?
you even use it on? What
On
would-
a
would you-
salad with a full tomato and then 3 of those big peppers. And then a bunch of like, what are they? You call it a bunch of Parmesan.
All right,
sprinkle
I'm
on
having
top.
one
And
of
one
those.
half an onion.
The
oh,
House
that's a good
Italian.
salad idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about opening up a salad restaurant.
This is
See-
what we're
see,
talking
now this
about.
is a better idea.
Salads.
It'll-
Salads.
it'll be
Not
next
for
to the
reason
make your own
this one wants,
sushi
'cause they'll
restaurant.
put meat in the salads.
Is it
right?
a make your own salad restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Oh, so I'm just extrapolating.
Yeah. You make your own salad. We give you the leaves, and we give you the peppers and
You
the
don't want to hear
tomatoes.
about a make your own salad restaurant? Like you should come out to my co-op. It's a fucking farm. It's a farm.
All right. Enough of this shit over here. All right, so here's what I'm calling you all for. I got a job for you. My dear friend, my sister, as I think of her, she fixed my son Sid. My son Sid, deep fuck up, playing video games all the time, antisocial, eating like 7 chicken palms a day. Now, he's terrified to eat, and he's terrified of me. And he won't play video games. What in the fact that he's afraid that Bobby Bobbiano, who he's madly in love with, won't have sex with him, which makes him just like he's skinny and he's not a loser no more. So thank God for Bobby and that burning hot shower that she put him in and whatnot. So I owe Bobby both for my son and because best drinking partner I've ever had. So Bobby, she's not part of your team no more. At least not for now. She's safe with Tony and Boney back in the place. I don't know why Lance ain't here. I heard something about a decorative, like oven or something that Lance got stuck in. Maybe he'll join you later. I don't know. I'll put the word out. But what I need is, I need some people for a heavy operation. See, do you know that, I think you know the name, but you know the name Abram Sokolov? You know that guy?
He's very friendly and made a very similar offer to us at one point.
What do you mean? Tell me more about that. Come on, did he offer you a bunch of food and like sit
No.
down in some beautiful conversation between peers and friends?
No, he
He's
was
a thin-necked little pencil dick. What do you got to tell me about Sokolov?
he's a thin-necked little pencil dick.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And what I would love is for you to take that pencil dick and just split it right in half. But not him. You can split his dick in half, but not his neck. Here's the deal. Yous guys, from what I understand, talking to Bobby Bobbiano, there's some people that's got a hit out for you. I heard it's the infamous Russo Kill Team 6 who's got a hit
That's
out on you.
correct.
And what you could do is hide out for a while. Maybe they'll find you, maybe they won't, but you're gonna look like a bunch of schmucks. Or we take this opportunity to do some damage. Now, let me tell you something. I heard that you tried to get over to Wyckoff Hospital, maybe help your friend out. Led to a firefight that led to the deaths of some Russo Corp operatives. Is that right?
How so?
As in you shot him in a parking lot, and then you threw a grenade at a cop and blew him up. Is that right?
Somebody certainly did that.
Thank you. That's all I need to know. I assume it was you. Actually, I know it was you. But here's the deal. That Wyckoff Hospital is within the bounds of the Treaty of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now, if you don't know about the Treaty of Kentucky Fried Chicken, that, of course, is the three-way treaty between NYPD LLC, the Caribbean King Syndicate, and Russo Corp in the area around Myrtle Wyckoff in Brooklyn, right on the border of Queens. And that whole treaty says that NYPD LLC will not enter those territories and will leave them open, the Caribbean Kings and the Russo Corps, free, provided there are not acts of violence and bloodshed that occur on any part of the Myrtle Wyckoff demilitarized zone from said parties. And do you know who fucking died last night outside a hospital, well within the bounds? Why, it was 2 Russo Corp goons and an NYPD LLC police officer. And so I'm sitting here thinking, ooh, the Treaty of Kentucky Fried Chicken is on some fucking shaky grounds right now. And you know who's not involved in the Treaty of Kentucky Fried Chicken?
The Italians.
Nah, you fucking wrong, because we own NYPD LLC, and you fucking know that.
Oh, that's
Don't be
that's
fucking
my mistake.
stupid.
I in my right mind. Sorry, I should spoke.
What I want to say is, you know who's not that involved? It's fucking nobody. We're all fucking involved. We all got our fucking hands in this pie. So here's what's gonna happen. The Russo Corp's fucked up. Bad. The city's on our side. And the Caribbean Kings don't fucking know about this yet. So before the Caribbean Kings can do shit, what I want is I want that famous Kill Team 6 to think they're gunning after your asses, but I want you to show up. I want you to blow them the fuck up. You understand? I want you to take out the single strongest asset that Mr. Goddamn Pencil Dick Sokolov has at his disposal. I want you to break it, and I want, with that Sokolov's will, to go right down the fucking toilet and have him replaced by some fucking club-owning piece of shit like Duncan Dragovich, who ain't fucking know shit about running operations in the Myrtle Wyckoff demilitarized zone. Then we give the Caribbean Kings their little Victoriato Wreckers, their little South Bushwick, but we get Ridgewood. And then maybe we make a deal with like the Winklemans or something. We turn some fucking low rent housing into some high rises. We make some money, and we sign those contracts over. Maybe we get some protection detail in with them. Gets us a lot of money. Gets heat off of you, and maybe you can work out some of this tension that's come up. What with Sokolov being a giant fucking pencil dick, like I was saying before. How's this sound? And if you do this, I will I'll owe you a favor. And right now, if I'm being honest, you kind of owe me a favor. I'm looking out for a couple of your friends, and I've got you here, which means he can't get to you.
We also owe it to ourselves to take out Kill Team 6.
But of course, I'll pay you too. I mean, like, I pay my operatives, you know, and this is a situation. Who are operatives? Well, it's NYPD LLC, of course, but in this instance, we can take out some freelance contractors, isn't that right? And shoves one of the thick-necked people. When she does, like a badge falls out from his shirt, and he goes like, "Oh yeah, we love a couple independent contractors."
I've got a high charm, so let me see what I can talk in terms of money.
All right, bring it up.
So how, Lies, do you mind if I take this one when it comes to
Yes, of
negotiating the cash? What are you talking about in terms of the donglers?
How about we talk about this? When we do Kill Team 6, I presume that means there's 6 of them. I assume.
Or maybe
I don't know
it's
if
just
fucking
the
Russians
6th
can count,
iteration of a team of 20 guys. We don't know that.
though. I guess you're right. So I guess what we should do is buy the head, huh?
That makes sense.
How about you, for each head you bring me from these Kill Team 6 people, I want information first. For each head you bring me, let's call it, it's for you. Plus, I'm assuming Lance is going to be out of that decorative closet at some point.
He got in there. He'll be able to get out.
How about we call it 5,000 each per head?
Well, Miss Ronni, it is in our interest, as we're being directly pursued by Kill Team 6, to take him out anyway.
Right.
And
So you're saying I should pay you less then?
no, I'm saying we could do this and not involve you at all. Possibly some of your guys, I don't know, might get caught up in it. I'm just saying that I think if you need this to be for you and with official job status and officially sanctioned by you, we're going to need more to make this official and put it on those books.
Charm plus persuasion, please. I roll against you.
It's gonna take a lot for me to work with some fucking cops. But I got
Well-
my own
+4 to
reasons for
charm.
being
You have-
here.
Right, because
Like,
you're
you're
high.
already there, you know. A bit
4 hits.
difficult.
I've already
It is
made
g-
up my mind. I'm
I got
just
4 hits,
keeping
too.
my mouth shut.
He goes, I don't appreciate the threat, but I appreciate the passion of the Christ, like I was saying before. All right,
Mel Gibson, may he rest in peace.
call it 6,000 each per.
All right.
But here's the deal. None of my guys get killed in this. We don't want NYPD LLC involved at all. We don't want any connections coming in whatsoever. Now, we're talking 6,000 each plus a favor. I don't know what that favor is for the rest of you, but Chef Mike over here, maybe that favor is a little bit of maybe I beat up some critics over here. We get you a Michelin star or two for this fish restaurant we have. We'll talk about whether it's raw or not later. But
Star would be nice. I'd like a star.
yeah, give you a star or a wheel. What do they do? It's a car company? You get like a wheel?
Yeah, you get a tire.
We'll get you a
Oh
tire.
yeah,
or
I
two,
didn't
yeah.
know. I'd
We'll
get
get you,
yeah. Give me
what's
that Michelin tire.
Yeah, well, one of those wet marshmallow tires, like what the guy is made out of.
Yeah, the guy from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Is it the same guy?
I don't know. They look the same.
Now,
They're made out of marshmallow
what's
tires.
the max rating on tires? 18
5.
wheeler.
I don't think you get. I don't think there's such
5
a thing
stars.
as 18
5 stars,
Michelin
ain't it?
tires.
It's 5 stars.
I mean, there's some.
No,
Five-
no, no,
5
no.
stars.
Stars
Tars.
are cheap.
It's
We're
actually
talking about the
tars.
Michelin tires right now. You look like a smart man. How many tires are we talking about?
So the maximum is 4 stars.
When we're talking about tires, or we're talking about stars again.
Some,
What are you
You-
talking about? I saw a movie on IMDb said 5 stars last night. What do you
thought-
mean there's maximum 4 stars?
I thought.
you
I
don't
thought
know
movies got
shit.
rated by bags of popcorn. Nowadays.
All right, we'll get you a bunch of bags of popcorn. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me.
If I'm being honest, the raw fish might go down easier if I eat some popcorn beforehand.
It would add some
Ouch.
texture.
Mike is completely taken aback by this situation.
Chef Mike, are you coming with us? Kill these guys?
All right, you guys, I got a confession to make. I don't have a restaurant open yet. I'm moonlighting as a chef. I work in the mercenary business because I could take a bullet like nobody else. I just do it to get by, but I'm down to do it. It's my gig now, but
You
yeah.
should have seen the number of bullets he took from my little son, my good son, the not shitty one, for his birthday. God, the number of bullets he took. Whew.
It was his birthday. He wanted to see how many bullets I could take, so I said, "Yeah, here, son, just shoot me."
Yeah.
And I did it, and
Yeah,
it wasn't
you
a
get
big
him
deal.
drunk enough, he'll ask you to do it.
And you know, it pays the bills. You know, I gotta get the restaurant off the ground somehow. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm in. Shoot me.
And you got dreams.
I got dreams, and if getting capped is how I'm gonna reach those dreams, then call me Andy Cap. Give me some.
Give me some hot fries.
fries.
What do you say that you're a big man with big dreams?
Yeah, yeah, I'd
about-
say that.
Even bigger
And then
dreams.
over here we got 2 little men. And who even knows if they ever had a wet dream before looking at these 2 little peacocks over here. Yeah, I'm
As-
just kidding around.
as you can
They're
tell, I'm-
probably smart, which means you can use your brain to do dumb shit, I guess.
But plenty of dumb shit.
Yeah, I believe it.
you don't want to pick a fight with me, man. Like, you seriously don't. Okay, you don't know
So the
what
cop
I've
guy
been
with
through.
the badge on thick neck goes, Ronnie, why are we hiring this guy with the makeup, this fucking goth over here?
Listen,
what
I got
the
my-
fuck are we doing with this fucking guy?
I got my own reasons to be here. Okay?
Yeah, why don't you explain the reason? You came highly recommended, and then I brought you in here, and you're fucking eating iceberg lettuce like a dingbat, and then you're talking to this guy about all the restaurants and criticizing him, but for all the wrong reasons. I thought we were all on a team. We're criticizing him because he's being a schmuck. You're criticizing him because you're being a schmuck. I don't even get it.
I don't appreciate that language. Look,
All right, you're being a fucking, I don't know,
my friends are
a
dead.
fazool.
My friends are dead because of this kill team.
Everybody's friends are dead because of heart disease or whatever. You don't see me ruining a nice Italian breakfast over it.
Yeah, but my friends were actually cool, okay? Not like any fucking capitalists over here with your stupid restaurants and all your pasta. Like,
Look, I got a BMW 70 series. I'm fucking cool, all
That's-
right?
So, Mr. Peregrine, you're saying that your beef is personal.
yeah, that is what I'm saying. I had a great band, okay? It was called Trillions and Trillions of Dead Cops, and they're dead now, and I'm out.
Wait. Which one, the cops or the people in the band?
You probably never heard us. Like, we don't play in your
Yeah, but
kind
you're
of
saying,
venues.
do you
okay?
kill trillions of dead cops
No,
or is
it's
your
like
band?
it's like our band name, dude.
So your
like,
band's dead, though.
Yeah.
The cop goes, oh, thank God.
So-
Thank
so-
God.
Hi.
I thought you were saying some cops died. I would have
I mean, that's like.
vomited.
So
we
just
want.
quickly, why did you end up on Mr. Sokolov's bad list? Out of curiosity.
Oh, I don't know if he knows where I am right now or not, but like, you know, dude, like, he's a piece of shit. He killed all my fucking friends, and like, I'm coming for him. I got nothing left at this point, and I don't think he knows where I am. Like, I've been in hiding for about 7 months, but like.
What do you bring to the party?
Well, like, so I'm an infiltrator, but like, I'll get in there and I can plant a bomb. And
Oh, whoa. There's cops at the table. You ain't talking about bombs here. All right, you had your fucking Italian breakfast. You all get out of here. Chef Mike, you make sure they stay cool, all right?
Yeah, no problem.
As far
They all
as I-
seem like good people.
You're team leader for today, all right? What I mean by that is
Yeah, all
make
right.
sure these schmucks don't do anything stupid, all right? Like, I trust you, and you want a restaurant, and I got a couple real estate places what we can open, and I know a couple fish people.
I got this idea for a restaurant. Get this. Bagel place. No
Alright.
cream cheese. Mexican food.
I hate everything about what you're saying, man. And
Think
now,
about it.
Let me throw it back at you. Bagel place, but you put some spaghetti in the middle of the bagel. Carbs on carbs. Really good right after you make a run. You take you go for a jog.
It's not bad. You just put some refried beans and some guac on that, and we're in
This is why-
business.
I thought we were in business, and now we're fucking not once again. All right, get out of here, but you guys don't talk about bombs in front of cops. It's like rule number 3. The other one is like don't shoot cops, and the other one is don't make fun of cops in front of cops.
Yeah, they
You all know
never
this.
they never seem to see him till it's too late.
So shall we get going?
I got one question. Peregrine, your beef is personal. Is that right?
It is.
And Chef Mike, you're trying to craft some personal beef.
That is true. That's true.
Looks like this is a team with purpose.
I'm just trying
Scene.
to get revenge for the greatest guitarist that ever lived.
What was his name?
Well, like his real name, or like because
chosen
I'm
name.
Peregrine and
His code name.
there's Magpie and a Falcon and
What was the third? What was the fourth one? On the spot.
Scooter,
Scooter. Well, that makes sense.
the
That's
drummer. Here's the drummer. He's a good
So
guy.
where do you go to actually talk?
So I think at this point, back to the penthouse is probably safest.
You know, I think they want Bobby to be alone for a bit. I got a place we can go. And it's extremely safe, and I'll tell you why. Y'all ever heard in a while from Richard Nixon, John Lennon, or Walt Disney? You ever heard scandals or news about them popping up around in the past couple weeks?
Yeah, I think I have their
Mm.
pictures pinned up on the wall.
'Cause they're dead, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the dead as Mel Gibson.
Well, what if I told you that there was a place so hidden and so secure that if theoretically these 3 folks, John Lennon, Walt Disney, and Richard Nixon, were still alive, ain't nobody would know about it. I think we should go there.
That would be wild.
I think we should go there.
So where is this place?
Well-
Daisy Chain?
This is the house of the scientist who brought me back to life after I got frozen. His name is Bowser Jenkum. And
Are you just throwing this all out at the? Are you telling me this backstory? right now?
yeah. We're well, before I go, I should probably get the car, right?
Yeah, you should go get the car.
All right, I can't wait for all y'all to see my
Wait.
new car.
Like before you leave, can you just like say that again? You were frozen from the past? Like,
Yeah, what, you got questions?
did you
got
know
questions?
Lenin? Did you know him?
Oh, no. I got frozen in the early 60s, right before their ascendance.
So-
we wouldn't have ever met each other. I wouldn't have sought him out.
So you're
I was
saying
too
this
young.
guy froze Lenin, Nixon, and you?
Well, a
Were
bunch
you
of other folks
Were
as
you
well.
like a singer or something?
I was the
Like,
greatest
what-
race car driver of all time, but it was just a time that was deeply inhospitable to women race car drivers. And all I hope was that one day I could race and go so fast in a time where ain't nobody would stop me just because I was a girl with titties.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, fucking sexism's dead. It's 2070.
Am
okay?
I fucking right?
I know. Like,
Oh.
who would ever behave like that?
I mean,
God, can I tell you?
I mean, look, you have women of powers like Ronni.
Well,
Well, like, duh.
Ronnie's also like a cop,
yeah,
cop
Ronnie's
mob person, but
not something I would ever want to
she's
emulate.
certainly a woman of presence and power.
that's true.
Bobby Bobbiano, however.
Yeah, but she's
Now,
also
that's
a
a powerful woman.
capitalist. And, like, ultimately, there is no gender other than comrade. So, like, being a woman, this only gets you so far. That's all I'm trying to say.
So, how
Interesting.
close by is Bowser Jenkins?
Well, first we're going to the mechanic.
Right, the mechanic's like a block away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Chelsea.
So, what were you
12
asking specific for detailing on this mechanic?
So, well, I just wanted it to look different. It used to be a powder blue.
Yeah, and we went. Yeah.
Oh right, we got a yellow.
You know what? That's great, 'cause I was
like
about to say.
Bumblebee. I remember now.
So it's canary yellow.
Right. Well, it's the whole thing is we made. Did we make some joke about Bumblebee from Transformers and him pissing on John Turturro?
I don't remember this at all, but
I'm
I
pretty
may.
sure I remember that.
Like an appropriate.
But you know what?
Yeah.
We'll say that it is. It's a flavored yellow with some black trim. It pops out. It is beautiful. They've done some detailing on it. They've waxed it to a mirror shine.
Oh,
It
and
looks
the plates. We got the plates
Yeah,
changed.
and the plates, and now they say, "Oh, sorry, Bobby. Sorry, Daisy Chain. We didn't have any normal plates, but we ripped some vanity plates off of a couple other cars and like kind of stitched them together. So that's all we got for you."
All right. So what is this one gonna say?
Well, it says Booze Hound on it, so
Oh, that's not gonna attract any attention from
Well,
any authorities, I don't imagine.
well, we're hoping that it's like, you're like a stand-up comedian that loves to be hated on stage. We were talking about what kind of argument you could get if you got
How'd you
pulled over.
spell booze?
Well, it does have a Z in it, but that's kind of below. It's a yellow car, and Z is kind of the favorite letter of B's, we figure, other than B, which frankly is also in the vanity plate.
Patrick, what did I roll on this? What did I roll on this again?
So I don't remember. Did you write down what you rolled on it? Because if you don't, you're stuck with this license plate, my friend.
She did roll 4 hits, but don't worry about it.
That was 4 hits. Well, that's 4 hits. That's that
That's
means
the
you got
best
2 letters per hit. So as far as I can tell.
Best fantasy player ever.
So,
All right. Well, anyway, y'all, this is my mechanic, Patrick
The
Warhammer.
only other one we have available was this one over here. We thought it said Anteater when we pulled it out, but it's 2 S's actually. So if you want that one, we could zip it right on there real quick. But we thought Booze Hound might be you might get less honks that way.
dude, take Ass Eater.
Yeah.
You want the Ass Eater one?
Yeah.
I thought you were a lady from Time Out of Space who just stared off into the middle distance and.
Yeah, but like fuck cops. They're
Patrick,
good-
I'm a
good scare 'em.
Shadowrunner, and my priority is to not is to be silent in the night and run in the shadows. And if you're driving around saying that you're a drunk driving essentially on your license plate, that ain't stealthy at all.
He
Okay.
starts sweating. Oh, geez, you're a Shadowrunner? Well, that explains the turret in the back of the car, I guess. No wonder you needed that high caliber ammo. Man, and I thought you didn't know why I was printing you out a car illegally. Whew. Boy, Patrick Warhammer does look like an idiot on this one. All right, we'll give you the ass eater
Times have
tag.
changed, Patrick. It's a man and a woman and a non-binary person's world now.
He goes, well, yeah, I do understand that part. It is 2071 and all, but I guess what with you being a woman out of time, You maybe just figured that out. Anyway, we'll plop an ass.
Yeah, I'm getting like I'm getting like a little too into it because it's all new to me.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. It often starts when you're like a teenager. You're militant at first, and then you calm down and kind of get the nuances of the issues. Anyway, once again, I'll put Ass Eater right on there. And
Thank you.
Dude, there's never a time to calm down about social justice issues. All right.
Well,
No,
sometimes you
there's
gotta
not.
make money. Maybe you want to open a restaurant or
But,
like
like,
a
no.
car dealership.
This is a criticism of capitalism, but also I would like to point out you picked yellow, Daisy.
Yeah, well, I'd be driving as if I'm someone with a yellow car because if I was driving a Honda Civic, the people would be like, "How the hell is a Honda Civic driving so damn flashy and so damn adeptly?"
I mean, you're trying to stick it to the cops, right? Because it's yellow and your license plate says Ass Eater. So like,
Hey, we'll see how it works,
I'll
and
be
if it
honest,
don't,
I
we can go back and paint
understand
it
the
again.
correlation between any of this, and I'm feeling stupid now, so I'm gonna put the license plate right on there, and you'll be good to go in just a minute. And zoop, 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 zoop. You got Ass Eater on there. They take Booze Hound,
Yeah.
and they just stick it on some other random car.
Yep. Anyway, everybody in.
Where do you all sit? So this is a bench seat car. It's got 3 seats in the front, 3 seats in the back.
Yes. So I sit in the front
all right.
Front, middle, front, side.
side.
What do you do, Chef Mike?
Come on, okay, come on, guys, get in the back.
Middle seat, back.
Michael.
Back, huh?
Oh. Middle seat, back.
Love it. Oh, God, I wish Lance was here. Lance always wants back middle, too.
And he always wants the middle.
He fights for it. He climbed over lies last time to get there. Oh, sorry. What are you taking?
I guess I'm happy to take. I'll take behind passenger seat.
All right. Sure. So you can, like, kick Liza's seat.
Yeah, kick Liza's seat, and I've got an eye on Daisy because I'm interested in seeing, you know, like I don't think I've sussed out what your motive is.
My whole situation is no.
Yeah.
I'm a mysterious woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as K-Dog pointed out in the chat, the license plate says A55347-3R.
Perfect.
Ass Eater. But in lead
See it
speak,
here on
which
the
is
chat,
back
yes.
again. And hot again.
Yeah.
Hot.
Later than ever.
Leader than ever. Yeah,
More
yeah, yeah.
threes.
13373R.
3R or 3-4.
So you're driving off to Bowser Jenkum.
Yes, we are.
Let me go drive plus intuition.
Honk, honk.
I'm
Sorry, I can do that. I can do that. Where is it?
I'm gonna be rigged in, so
Oh my God. I need it.
Too many buttons.
Nope, that's the helicopter sound. There we go.
no way. That's 7 hits,
All right.
and I drive up to Murray Hill. No, actually, I think this is gonna be up on Central Park. I think this is gonna be up on Central Park near the Natural History Museum.
It's not that far. How
Yeah,
many
it
hits
ain't
you
that
get?
far. 7.
7 hits. Well, once again, not breaking any laws that would actually matter. You drive in and out of parking lots, in and out of alleyways, and up on a curb a couple times just to cut through a red light, avoiding all police detection and staying just high enough above the speed limit that nobody would bother to pull you over. You make it from Times Square to the spot near the Natural
I'd
History
also,
Museum in just under 5 minutes.
I'd like for a child to see my car and then get inspired to maybe do something great with their life.
Can you give me a charm plus? Give me a presence plus etiquette to see how.
Can I do charm because I got that Coke charm still?
You know, in this instance, we'll do charm plus etiquette to see how well your hair flies behind you. You wink and smile at this small child who's being held by a leash, held a leash around their neck and their waist to a drone that has a taser attached to it.
That's 3 hits.
That's 3 hits. The kid gets so excited, sticks its arm up, cheers, and just as your car is rounding the corner, you hear the zzz of the kid being tasered for getting too hyperactive. That
Null
kid
York
is gonna
City,
throw off the chains of
2017.
society at
New
some
ad.
point.
Yeah.
And you pull up, you find a parking
you.
space right in front, and like the badass you are, you pull in head first, and you park going 30 miles an hour. Come to a complete stop in front of the beautiful brownstone with ivy coming down the side, a basement, and 4 stories. You can see inside books and chandeliers and soft satin curtains, all of the accoutrements of wealth that the people living the nearby projects walk by and go, boy, oh boy, one day. But boy, they don't even know how bad life actually becomes when they get older, do they? So you park the car, and what do you do?
Well,
Can I just say, what the hell? Where'd you learn how to drive like that? You said you knew Richard Nixon?
I was the greatest race car driver of all time, but nobody done knew that because I was a lady. So I volunteered to be frozen, to be, what is it called? Biographically, ethically frozen.
That's what it's
I
called.
like the sound of that. I like seriously. That's so cool.
I agreed
Like,
to be ethically and consensually frozen.
That's so fucking empowering. Like, dude, I
Because
respect,
I hoped.
respect.
I just had a hope for the future. And then 1 year ago, in 2069, I was unfrozen right here
a
on
good
Central
year.
Park by this man that lived here, Bowser Jenkum. He was one of the scientists that was part of this project, and it's a great honor to meet him today because not a lot of people do get to anymore. He claims me as one of his greatest success stories, especially because I'm all out and about and I'm doing stuff and I'm living my life.
Well, we lived through this. Like, you know, do you play the guitar?
I don't. Anyway, so I type in the secret code and I scan my eyeball.
Yeah, you scan your eyeball, and then the door opens up. It goes, "Welcome, Daisy Chain, back home. We're so glad to see you. Bowser Jenkum has been alerted. Please have a cocktail in the main lobby and have a seat in front of the fire while you wait. Can you please register your 3 friends, please?"
Yes, this is Peregrine, Lies, and Chef Mike. And, sorry, what's your name, bot?
My name is, of course, Robo Butler.
All right, Robo Butler, can we get a cocktail for each of my friends as well?
I am only able to talk to people at the door, the elevator, and in the bathroom through the toilet. So unfortunately, I cannot get you a drink, but it is stacked, and there is a robo fridge in front who can give suggestions if you would like.
Well, thank you.
Let me-
Anyway,
Do I have robo staff on this team? Nope. So I can't pop it up. Sad. A team has a robo staff button. So do you walk in?
yeah.
All right.
Damn, this is where you live?
This is where I used to live when I was reborn.
It's pure opulence. Like, you have a butler. You have a robot butler.
I didn't have no choice. I was thrust pure, fully formed adult into a generation which I was not aware of in an environment that I have no context with. You could say that I'm possibly ethically more pure than you because I was not raised under these morals and mores.
You seem like a really smart person though. Like you're on your fucking game, okay? Like you understand all these concepts and like you're very, very well spoken about it. Like clearly, you understand what you're talking about.
I appreciate this, Mr. Peregrine.
So you step inside and you hear birds chirping outside. It's just totally different than everywhere else. There's vines and plants and a chandelier overhead. You step on a fine Persian carpet. So the lounge room is just these beautiful lounge chairs made out of red leather. There is, in fact, a bar off in the corner, a little ice bucket underneath it with ice in it. A fireplace, the moment you walk in, bursts into flames. You see a massive painting over the mantle of course, Bowser Jenkum in his prime. Could you describe Bowser Jenkum in his prime to everybody? Maybe tell everybody about Bowser Jenkum while you're here.
Yes, he's what you think of when you think of an indoor scientist type with crazy hair and an askew bow tie who ain't left the lab in nigh on 10 years, and maybe the only relationships he's possibly formed are with the frozen people in the laboratory. He's got like a long white coat and a ruddy nose because he likes drinking bad vodka.
So has he spent sort of the decades talking to frozen popsicles?
That's
Sorry
exactly
to put
correct.
not to put too fine a point.
Until he was until the company that was hosting the frozen folks dissolved, and the only 4 that he was able to preserve.
Is that Daisy Chain? Is that Daisy Chain I hear talking in my study?
It's me, Daddy.
And you hear a clop, clop, clop of feet. And then as Buster Jenkum, ruddy nose and all, with steps into the room, almost slamming into the wall quickly, he has an apparatus holding his eyes wide open. And he goes,
Come close to me, Daisy Chain. I'm doing an experiment where I keep my eyes open all the time so I can not lose a single second before I sadly will die. But it has had the side effect of making me go nearly completely blind, I have to say. But you know how I am. Stick with it, as I did with you for 60 years.
Oh, Bowser Jankum, I don't know about this one. This looks like it hurts.
well, if you wouldn't mind taking one of the ice from the ice bucket and rubbing it in my eyes, it might help a little bit. I tried to do that, but last time I accidentally put some glass in my eye and made it even worse.
If you say so.
Oh, please.
I take ice from the ice bucket.
Oh,
and
it's
I-
a little cold, but
Can we
Okay,
see these
yes.
cryogenic chambers, or are we in like a?
sorry,
lounge?
sorry. I can't. Who is speaking? Who is this?
Yeah. Hi.
Yes?
I'm just. I've heard you've got some.
A
Cool,
whiskey,
cool stuff.
Daisy Chain, if you wouldn't mind, and please get yourself a
You're off the
sarsaparilla or
vodka?
something else. Well, I'm switching it up. You know, as I've read that whiskey has more ketamine in it, which is good for the eyes. Or what is it? Catacindrin? What's the carrot thing?
Beta ketamine.
Beta ketamine.
It only
yes.
works on betas. Beta
well,
males.
I've been a beta my whole life. I have to say, a failed scientist at that is save for you, of course. Your 3 brothers are doing as badly as ever in the basement. They're still
Are they down there gaming?
they're down there gaming as always. And last time I went down there, I even brought them the hot pockets, and they had nothing to say to me but bad words, as you know. What was that? You want to see the cryopods?
Listen, I'll cut to the chase. I hear you have the body of Richard Nixon down there.
It's the body, the soul, and the whole existence of himself. And right now, I believe he's playing as Luigi as much as he hates it.
So he's alive? You have Richard Nixon alive in the basement?
More or less. The cryogenic process does seem to have negative effects on practically everybody, except, of course, Daisy Chain over here. My prime specimen who left me, Daisy.
I come back whenever I can. Don't you want me to be out there supporting myself? Speaking of, I got a job doing illegal shadowish shadow runs, and these are my shadow running
No,
team.
Daisy, why? You wanted to be the greatest legal race car driver in the world. Why do you always insist on doing illegal race
It's
car
the
driving?
thrill of the racing against the law. And guess what, Bowser
She does
Jankum?
drive it very, very well.
Who's that? Who's talking? My eyes.
This is
I
lies.
told you
He's
they're
a very
spread
talented
open.
hacker.
Can I drop into stealth and try to find the basement?
Yeah, of course.
I want to do that.
All right. Give me a stealth roll. Don't take the +1 because it's not in pitch black.
But we're doing finesse plus stealth?
Yep.
Anyway, Doctor, we got a bunch of awful crazy, trained killers after us. And we were just wondering if we could hang in the house for a bit and then discuss our plan. And I don't know, maybe if you had any cool stuff for us.
Well, of course, nobody's tried to kill me in years. I've been irrelevant for a very long time. Yes, of course you can come in. Robo Butler. Yes, what is it, Bowser Jankum? Please, don't let anybody in after this. We've got trained killers about, I think. All right, I'll stop everybody. All right, well, our security's fully set then. I believe
Fantastic.
Robo Butler's never done me wrong once, except the one time that he let those Jehovah's Witnesses in because they said they'd seen God, and Robo Butler was feeling weird that day.
Robo Butler. God's not real. Science is real.
I completely agree with you. You're proof of it. Now, please, won't you
Ain't
at
I
least
just?
take a couple of weeks and stay in your room upstairs? I put the dollhouse out again.
I love that dollhouse, Bowser Jankum, but maybe after we blow apart the bodies, brains, and hearts
Now, what's
of
that
these
white
trained
powder
killers
under
that are
your
after us.
nose a little bit? I can't quite see what.
Oh, I was just eating the bread that had a dusting at the Italian breakfast this morning with my good friends.
Flour powdered bread. Yes, I know. You must be careful that it's not mold on there, unless, of course, you want the immunity. Oh, what was it you were doing? But the whiskey, please, Daisy Chain.
Yes.
So, do we want to have a chat about our upcoming plans?
Certainly.
Where
Well,
is
should I
Peregrine?
leave you be for a little while? You know, going down. If you want to go downstairs, the boys, of course, are in the lounge. But there is the patio that goes out back. If you'd like to, I have a little bit of cooking to still finish up. It takes me a very long time. What with my current blindness, I've nearly chopped all my fingers off. But looky here, still 4 of them left. So
We'll go down to the patio and say hello to the boys. And if you've got any cool bioweapons or any kind of cool stuff you could give us that might help us killing these guys, that'd be awesome if you could take a
Well,
look.
Daisy Chain, I do have a number of bioweapons, but of course I don't like to lend them out willy-nilly, and I don't like your illegal behavior.
Hey, you know I ain't no William Nilliam. You know I'm like a daughter to you.
So while you're talking, where did you go?
So I rolled 6 hits, a drop. Well, you tell me.
Can I get perception, intuition, plus everybody? perception plus intuition. Do you have the dice roller app? Thank
do.
you, Alex. That's good.
How to use it?
So you add perception plus intuition. I know this is your first roll to see if.
Got 3 on that.
3 on what?
Perception, intuition.
Oh, I didn't need you to do it.
Oh, okay.
I was seeing if everybody else sees it.
I got 3 hits. Yeah, I got 3 hits.
Cool. What'd you get?
I never mind. 4 hits.
You get away without anybody seeing you. So where do you go?
I'm looking for the basement.
Okay, there's a door under a set of stairs that feels like it's the basement, and it is.
Is it locked in any way?
No, it's open.
All right, go down there.
You hear the telltale sounds of video gaming from the basement.
Is Richard Nixon down there?
You emerge in the basement, down some stairs. There's a ledge you have to duck under, or else you'll hit your head. It only clears about 5'5". You got to duck, and you enter into a carpeted basement with just a single light, just like about a foot high that shows some sunlight. Otherwise, it's completely dark in here. They're all seated around a couch with a giant flat screen TV where they are indeed playing Super Mario World. You see that
And
currently
they is
Walt is based on the name. It's Walt Disney on the left. It's Richard Nixon on the right, and it is John Lennon who is sitting in a beanbag chair. You hear them argue as they talk. Richard Nixon says, "Now, Mr. Walt Disney, I don't understand how you could force me to play Luigi once again. I play player 1, not number 2. I am, of course, not a cuck." And Walt Disney goes, "Ha ha! I was the first one here who picked up the controller before the rest of you. Ha ha! So that means I'm Mario, you son of a bitch." And John Lennon goes, "Right, mates, I just felt like sitting in the beanbag and watching you play me favorite game," he says, and he rubs his eyes weirdly, and his right arm is completely paralyzed. John Lennon's hair is too long. Richard Nixon is wearing a shirt that says G is for gamer. It doesn't fit him very well, as in it's too small because he is extremely overweight. And he's sweating out of the armpits. Meanwhile, Walt Disney is wearing no shirt and a tie.
No! This is a psycho.
As you stand behind them, you watch as Walt Disney repeatedly tries to jump on the same Goomba after it dies over and over again. Goes, "Ha ha! Die, you son of a bitch! I'm stepping on you." "Oh, I think it's already dead, Walt Disney. I think it's already dead." "Ha ha! It's not dead until I see it go." And then it fades off into the distance. Goes, "Ha ha!"
I think I'm so disillusioned by seeing my idol John Lennon participate in this benign and capitalistic activity that I will remain unseen.
Yeah.
And presumably, if they're calling for me,
Yeah.
John Lennon's hand goes from his eye, travels down his face, and goes into his mouth, where he accidentally gags himself a little bit and spits up on his own shirt, and says,
"This is the worst thing
and he
I've
goes,
ever seen."
he goes, "Oi, folks, imagine a world where you don't accidentally puke on yourself."
Imagine all the people
Not puking
on
their
your-
dicks.
Oh my God! All right, well,
puking on their dicks.
the worst thing that I could have ever, like maybe at first I saw Lennon there and I wanted to get him out of there, but seeing him behave like that.
This is where he belongs.
Yeah, can I get a willpower plus composure from you?
Oh, well, that's a total of 2 dice.
All right.
So let's see what happens.
Well,
One hit.
John Lennon and Walt Disney are very obsessed with what they do, but eagle-eyed Walt Disney and Richard Nixon are too obsessed with what they do. But eagle-eyed John Lennon kind of like weirdly leans his head up and goes, "Oi, mates, we've got a friend in town," looking right at you, stealth in the back of the room. And Richard Nixon turns around and goes, "Is it a girl? I really want to have sex with a girl." But they can't see you because you've ducked into the corner. And John Lennon, with his one hand, starts urging you over like this. His right hand doesn't move at all. He goes, "Oi, come over here. See if you can kill the Goombas with us." You just now notice how bad it smells, and you see all of the pizza boxes that have been sitting there for ages.
This is my worst nightmare. I will leave.
So as you start leaving is right around when everybody else starts coming down the stairs.
Toot.
So you all
All
come
right,
down
so
the
I'm
stairs?
gonna, if I can, get behind them, and I'm gonna come down like I came with them.
I'll give you a stealth at -4 because you're so demoralized.
I'm pretty demoralized. That's true. 1 hit.
What were all your perception rolls before?
3.
I got 4.
All of them, they all see you coming down. So you just see him and start walking down.
So I guess I'm not in stealth, by the way. I mean, I'm in stealth, but like I'm wearing a black. I've got a chromatic. What's it called?
It's
armored jacket. So it's my cool armored jacket.
But it can
but
change
it's all
colors.
black, and it's like
Cool.
It
I'm
can
like
change colors
I'm
on
like
a switch.
hiding, you know.
It's
with it.
electrochromatic.
So I'm just gonna be like, this was the worst thing I've ever seen.
As you come down, John Lennon goes, "Cool! It's Daisy Chain!" Oh, better watch out, Daisy Chain. Richard Nixon's real randy these days.
Hi, boys. Bet you
Ho-ho!
didn't expect to see old Daisy Chain today.
Oh, it's Daisy Chain, my big sister. And Richard Nixon tries to like turn over and knocks the entire couch over, crawls on his hands and feet, blubbering towards you, and goes,
No.
"Hello, Daisy Chain. It's such a wonderful thing to see you."
Thank
And he
you,
kisses you on the
Richard.
foot
It's
once.
Good to see you.
He kisses you on the foot once, and he goes, "Well, I'll kiss you on the other foot if you'd like."
I know you always loved my feet for some reason. All right.
He's
it's
showing
all
a lot of
right.
ass crack right now out of his
All right.
otherwise his tidy whities
Well,
and
boys,
his gamer shirt.
It's so good to see you, but I have to say, we are in a real hurry, in a real pickle. We are
Well,
being...
I've been keeping the. John Lennon stands up. He says, "I've been keeping the what's it called? Bean bags warm for you. There's a bit of vomit on there, but we can just turn it around." And he turns around.
There's
the other
no
side.
gaming for me
Why-
today, boys. We
Well,
gotta
you
go
can
out
watch
to the
us
patio.
Game, then. Yes, please, Daisy Chain, watch us game. Haha, yeah, watch us play the video games.
How about this? We're gonna go out to the patio and we're gonna have a grown-up talk about being pursued by mercenaries, and from the sliding glass door, we'll watch you so we can talk and see at the same time.
Now, fucking Walt Disney, you better not fucking play badly because Daisy Chain's gonna be watching and judging us this whole time. All right, so you better play right or else give me the fucking controller because you know I'm better as a Mario than I ever was as a motherfucking Luigi. And you go into the back room, and they start playing louder.
Well, okay.
I'm jumping, Daisy Chain. I'm jumping as Mario now, which you know is my favorite.
So, anyway. What's
Kill
the
your
plan?
heroes. So
I think we may need to talk about your choice of friends. Like, I know that you might have landed in this in something circumstantial, but like, you know, there's moral and ethical implications to this.
You
No,
can't
no,
choose your family, Mr. Peregrine.
But you can choose to leave them. You can choose to leave abusers, okay? If you want to talk about that, like, we can talk about it.
Perhaps some other time.
Does anyone have an actual...
and in any case, this sad scene left behind, I believe we've got some other matters to attend to. So we've been told to go on the offensive. Now, I was hoping to have a plan with slightly less bloodshed. Mess, but it seems that was not to be. So I think the key thing would be, if we could, to find some place where we could have our little confrontation with our dear friend Kill Team 6. Because, as mentioned, we don't want to make more of a mess around the sort of civilians or other Null York City police officers.
They're brutal guys, man. They come in, and they don't give a shit. They
Seen them before?
they deserve nothing more than death.
So what I'd say is we kind of we should try and make it look as if we've been holding up in a deep null and find a suitable abandoned building. You mentioned you were good with explosives.
Yeah, dude, that's like what I do. So, you know, it sounds like you guys want to play. You want to be the bait. You're gonna sit and wait.
So my deck will be the bait. I will send some very nice messages to Mr. Sokolov.
Perhaps a video?
Perhaps a video.
And they'll come track you to wherever you happen to be. Where
Yes,
we'll
they
be
are.
deeply prepared.
So the main point is that we will have tried to rig the building as best we can.
Yeah, I think I can help with that. Like,
You set up a couple charges in the basement, and next thing you know, no more SEAL Team 6.
Yeah.
Just kill.
Chef
Team
Mike, besides getting shot by bullets, do you like to shoot bullets? What is it that you like to do?
I got this this big cleaver. It's what I intend on opening my restaurant up with. You know, like I see red
up.
tape, you know, and I would hack it with the cleaver, but I also use it to kill people.
Right. You see
Oh.
some like, you see red tape, you see red blood.
Yeah, it's all together, you know.
Yeah.
If
You
you're
cut down the competition, and also.
You want to
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
a restaurant idea? You should be serving red meat, some cop meat. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, you
blue
got a
meat?
supplier?
Blue meat.
Blue meat.
You
huh.
serve your own.
Yeah,
You
blue
s-
waffles.
Straight from the source, you know?
So, Mr. Peregrine, it seems that you've got some strong beliefs, correct?
I mean, all that I am is what I believe, and you must take action on the things you believe, or who are you?
I see. But you are aware that this leads to short and loud careers and little achievement.
I got one thing to live for, and they're all dead. My band is dead because of this Kill Team 6, and I'm coming. I'm coming for them.
So is all you live for revenge and death?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
You
At
seem
least
to also
right
care
now.
about justice. Why care about justice if all you care about is destruction? It make no sense.
Would destruction of the enemy, which is the capitalists and the pigs, and
But all for what? For what? For beauty? For love? For family? What is it for? Peregrine?
because the earth will become a better place once it's ridded of this parasitic infestation that is humanity.
What does a better place really mean to you?
Covered in green and wildlife, without the presence of destructive humanity. Clearly.
So without music.
Only people make music.
Daisy Chain, we got a Yoshi. I got Yoshi, and
Oh
I
my
wanted you
God,
to see.
look at those
It's just the
eggs.
green one, but I'm working toward the blue one. I'm telling you.
Make sure you
I think
get
I'm
all the
moved by that
apples.
statement.
I'll,
I don't know.
I'll eat them all for you, Daisy Chain. I'll let you know.
All right.
And he starts rubbing his tits.
So
He walks away.
I used to feel different. That was when there was music in my life. They're all dead now, and I'm here for one reason: it's to get rid of those people.
So I think we should possibly have another chat after we've dealt with Mr. Sokolov. In any case, the music didn't die.
Just
The day.
hopefully, just
the
trillions and
music
trillions of.
John
dead
Lennon
cats.
certainly didn't die.
And anyway,
Suddenly, Lies, you get a phone call. So it's coming on your comm like.
I'm still should still be cut off. Anyway, who's the caller?
Schema.
We've got a lunch date later, but I pick up.
Yeah.
Switch on the encryption.
So, how are things going? I've heard some news, and I feel complicated about it. I know we're supposed to meet up soon, but I feel I need an update right now. Where are you? Are you with the rest of the people?
So, you see, certain people are with the blue folk.
And what does that mean? Whoa, too loud.
Well,
What does that mean?
Well, you see,
1 second. There was a dog barking on an ambient track we were playing, and now my dog is barking. So we're going to turn that one off. Yep. That was it. And we're going to put back on the schema theme, but lower volume.
now, it's there are a lot of moving pieces, and as mentioned, I did want to preferably discuss it in person over a line, as mentioned, government cheese is always listening.
Okay. I don't quite understand what you're saying. You're talking to one of the highest rated intelligence companies in the world, and I know you to be a competent person, so I feel you can at least tell me what is going on that has led to such hostilities with Russo Corp. Are you involved in this? I heard there's been a lot of conversations about the Treaty of Kentucky Fried Chicken and Sokolov, and I understand there's an attachment there, and I also received an angry message saying that I was responsible for a hit on Mr. Sokolov, and I know you've worked with him in the past, so I see a possible connection because I'm not an idiot, Mr. Lies. So I'd just like an explanation about what's happening, because as I said, I'm at my wit's end about my job, and I'd really like to not lose my job. Really like to not lose my job.
Who said that? Somebody said that Sokolov thought you asked for a hit.
Somebody said that somebody hit Sokolov, and they said I was responsible for hiring that hit. Sokolov unfortunately survived, but it wouldn't matter anyway because I didn't do it, Lies. And I know you have associations, and I know you were there looking for Dang Rusty, so I have trouble not believing that there's some connection here.
So what seems to have what did happen is that Mr. Sokolov walked in on our associate,
Roberts.
Todd Roberts. Now, Todd, in his infinite wisdom, decided to give Mr. Sokolov a gentle push. Mr. Sokolov went down a flight of stairs.
Your friend pushed Abram Sokolov down a flight of stairs. So how the fuck does he think I'm the one that called that pathetic excuse for a hit? I'm from New Cambridge Analytica. We don't hit people. We hire them, or we bury them in shit that gets them canceled online.
So I have no fucking clue why Sokolov has in any way, shape, or form got into his head that
When are you going to talk to Dang Rusty? When am I going to get my information? I need to know more about this person who's got whatever this time shit is, because I need my job secured, and this is the way I see it. I hired you because I thought you were competent to avoid some of my express delivery people, to rob one of our vials, but you can't find this fucking race car driving Penn Station maniac and have a conversation with him?
So, we found Mr. Dang Rusty until some solid. I'll send you the files. It is probably the quickest way for you to see the interference. And also some of the broader context around the entire affair. It seems that, as I mentioned, there are many moving pieces. And the Dang Rusty, I believe, is not the biggest lead at this point. He's been left hanging out like bait for a month and a half.
Send me the videos right now. I want to watch them while I'm on comms with you.
It also seemed like he didn't know a whole lot about the time person in the end.
Who's talking?
This is Daisy Chain. I'm part of the crew.
You've commissioned extra people?
She was present when we all met.
I'm sorry, you're right. I've taken a lot of Ativan to try to manage my stress.
But I don't think the Dang Rusty's really the person you're gonna want in the end. Like, maybe it's for the best in some kind of way. He just hung out with her and he saw some time shit go down. I don't know what he knows.
Yeah. By the way, this is all over a secure line as we can make it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
In any case, I send across the encrypted video files. The unmodified. Not played with.
She watches them. There are no yakety sax horns. There's no fart noises. There's nothing else because, of course, you edited that out.
Yeah, I mean, I just sent her the raw.
You sent the raw file. So what? She watches both the Abram Sokolov getting pushed down the stairs, as well as the
and also the broad,
Agent Carter.
also the run up to that, including the various statements made by Mr. Sokolov
Okay,
about Johnny.
so it's edited a bit. It's how long is it? It's a lot of footage.
No, it's probably about. I mean, the thing is, the Sokolov thing is probably about. I mean, I've rewatched it. It's probably about 5 minutes, and the other one's probably also about 5-10 minutes.
All right. So like, Schema says, "Stay on the line," and like closes the line for a little bit. And after 10 minutes, comes back and goes, "Jesus Christ, who's this Agent Carter? Do you know anything more about this Agent Carter person?"
As he purports to be from the big. As he himself introduced, he purports to be from the big letters. Government cheese, as you mentioned when we discussed it last session.
And they're looking for the same thing. Well,
They're-
I'll tell
they're
you
looking-
this.
yeah.
It doubles my need to get this information. Then, here's what I'm willing to do. I have an emergency fund. You and your team. How many do you have? 4, 5, 6 people?
Sorry, 6 people.
6.
Well, currently, we have some additional help to help with this
Here's what I can
Sokolov
do.
situation.
Let me do some math really quick. I can authorize as an emergency payment $450,000 if you could get access to Dang Rusty and use that knowledge to get me access to this woman. $450,000, but I need it as soon as possible. If you don't think Dang Rusty is the route, then don't go through Dang Rusty. I just don't see another option. If you
So,
can get
I
me
have-
any information, a photo,
I
a
have a
whereabouts.
set of plans. The thing is that I believe that all of this is tied into Penn Station and what happened there.
I don't give a shit. Then follow through.
So-
Find the person. I need this within. I can extend the deadline. I need it within 48 hours.
48 hours is tight, but we should be able to get the favor we need by that point, especially as we want to resolve the other matter first.
What other matter?
Mr. Sokolov. We want to inconvenience him further.
And the Kill Team 6 is after us actively.
Oh God.
But,
oh
but
God.
as you said, currently, I can make sure that Mr. Sokolov is pretty quickly aware that we are not anywhere near you, not directly associated with you, and that you are not the person putting him in that
Thank you.
compromised
Because
position.
if I have a crosshair on me, of course I'm not going to be paying you any money. 48 hours. If you can get me a picture, an interview, anything solid about this person, split it between however many members of your team you have.
Yes. So
48 hours. I don't have a lot of time. You understand that, Lies?
I will definitely get you more material, or else we'll be dead.
Something I can use.
But definitely.
Okay. And she clicks off.
So
You're left alone on the patio. Richard Nixon again running up and saying, "We lost the Yoshi. I'm so sorry, Daisy Jane. There was a pit, and we were falling in it, and we were forced to jump and lost the Yoshi the entire
I put
time."
my 2 hands on Richard's face.
He starts sweating, and he had some water in his mouth, and he spits it out on his shoes, on his Crocs.
Oh, Richard. I know you'll find another Yoshi. It can't be that far away. How many Yoshis are there in the game?
I don't know, Daisy Jane. I've only found 3. We've been playing for 4 months.
Well, you found 3. Here, wait. I take my comlink and I Google Super Mario World strategy guide, and I showed him and I say, "Hey, bring this back. All right, with nothing on it, but look at this."
My fucking God, it's the mother load. Oh, it's like Watergate all over again. All the secrets. Turns around. John Walt, we've got it, baby. Haha, are you trying to cheat again? Like always, baby, you can call Daisy Chain the new fucking plumbers, because we've got all the shit. I thought Mario was the only plumber. And then he runs away, waddling. He trips over a roller skate on the ground as he goes.
So it seems that potentially things might be fortuitously falling into place.
It seems that they might.
Do you know why? The people responsible for security prior to Lockhart and the Penn Station incident was NYPD LLC. And should our current job go well, we will have favors with NYPD LLC, which we could swiftly cash in for that information, hopefully.
So you're saying, like, because the Mafia runs NYPD LLC ran Penn Station, you could get, like, cam data or other information about what was coming into the station
Maybe
at the time?
access to somebody who was there.
They were, as I mentioned, they were running the security.
Ah, I see.
I bet they could put us in touch with someone who was there at the time.
Yep, and so we might be able to get footage of associates of the Dang Rusty as additional leads, and potentially a bit more of a clue what actually went down there, because obviously it was not the simple actions of a maniac driving a car.
Why do you say that?
Because otherwise government cheese would not be caring.
Ah, it's not because Dang Rusty is an idiot.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Dang Rusty is an idiot, but that's beside the point. And the other thing is, the strange lady obviously cared about Dang Rusty, and it would be seriously strange if it was due to something totally different he did. But it's possible. But right now, frankly, I'm willing to bet on red.
So what's the plan? You're in this safe house, as it were, protected by both Robo Butler as well as Richard Nixon, John Lennon, Walt Disney, and Bowser Jenkum upstairs.
Great
I love 'em.
presences.
Yes.
Real, yeah.
I feel very secure.
Yeah.
So, we gotta go into the deep null zone. We gotta shore up. You know, I got 2 big guns, the one I can carry and the one that's unattached in my car. Peregrine, do you think you could maybe rig up something to control the car gun remotely?
Oh, I mean,
You actually can control the car gun remotely.
Never fucking mind, I can do it myself.
the best I can do is I can definitely get you through that null zone, because I know where we're going.
You got an idea of a house we can hang at? Possibly some kind of old
Give
squad
me
or practice
intuition
place?
plus academics.
Okay, well.
If you have no academics, then it's intuition -1. No one else can roll this because the rest of you are not from null zones. Chef Mike, where are you from?
Chef Mike?
I got
We'll come
one
back
hit.
to this in a second. It should be on the other side under primary residence on the left middle.
I got 1 hit on knowing
Okay.
the null.
In your own neighborhood, you know of an abandoned school, you know of an abandoned hospital, and you know of an abandoned old community center. Any one of those could work.
Yeah, I've got a couple places, assuming we can make it there. But I have to warn you, Daisy. Like those roads out in the null, you know, they're gonna destroy your undercarriage. They're potholes for days.
Thank you, Peregrine, for your concern. My driving is, however, very deft. And should I roll well in the dice of the Lord, I think we'll be all right.
All right. I've got a place we can crash. It's old elementary school. PS 20.
P.S. I love you.
There's a 2 at the front. The other letters fell off.
2 PS 69.
There you go.
Down in Bay Ridge.
Yeah, on 420 Main Street.
Yeah, that is the place.
The place. In any case, I'll pull the blueprints as well.
Okay. I don't
Of
have
the
the
place.
blueprints drawn out right now, but
But-
we will have blueprints for next session, I
For
promise.
the elementary
Yeah.
school.
And then hopefully we'll give them a good surprise.
Can we get anything on who the current members of Kill Team 6 are?
I've been doing deep intel as far as I can, and I'll share my data with you. But
Do you actually have data on them?
I mean,
You have been doing intel over
It's been
time.
about 7 months.
Okay, can you do me a favor then?
Best I can.
Can you give me a?
They are indeed his favorite enemy.
Can you give me research plus either intuition or logic? It looks like you have. Do you have any research?
No, I'm logical.
So just get logic -1, and can you roll that for me 7 times, 1 for each month, and tell me the total number of successes added up. Lies, if you want to make a check at this, you can give me a code breaking plus data processing plus logic check, and we'll see who gets more successes. Big Mike.
Mike?
Yeah, wait, do you know where you live? Or did we never write it down?
I live in the Eldred Street lofts.
Oh.
It's like the McKibben Lofts, but shittier.
And that's a good place. Like it's a good what would you call it? Like an incubation chamber for chefs, wannabe chefs.
It's got a bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are your roommates?
Is it near Roberta's? The home of the home of New York pizza?
OG Roberta's.
Yeah, I got some roommates.
I got 8.
Wow. Okay, you both know some things.
You got 8 roommates?
8 hits. I got.
Oh.
Well, I used to have some roommates. They're long dead now. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I heard they're really bad at playing music. Is that right?
No, our music was fucking awesome. Because trillions and trillions of dead cops plays fucking hard. So and like. So like I was dating the keyboardist, and then like she broke up with me and she started dating the guitarist, and like they got married, but like I'm still the bassist, and like we were really good. Okay.
Well, they're all dead
The
now.
bassist survived.
Yeah. Lead bassist.
So, how did you get Kill Team 6 on your case?
Well, like they killed all my fucking friends, dude.
But why?
Well, because like we went over to blow up Monsanto Bear Stern, and we were like pretty fucking close. We were in the basement. We had the charges planted, and then these guys show up out of nowhere. And now my band is gone. Like I get nothing to live for. I'm here to make music and kill cops.
Can I get a logic plus academics? I think only from Wise, because I don't think anyone else would have a chance at knowing this.
Music's good though, and it's about killing cops. Duh.
What would you say
For it.
your genre
For it.
is?
So you know that you've heard rumors online, and you kind of believe that Monsanto Myers Briggs is a subsidiary.
Monsanto Bear Stearns.
Sorry, Monsanto Bear Stearns is now a subsidiary of the
Myers-Briggs.
Vladivostok stock market.
Monsanto Bear
Welp.
Stearns Myers-Briggs. Personality.
So as a subsidiary of the Vladivostok stock market, the two options for a situation like this would of course be to call NYPD LLC, another private security company, or send in some Russo Corp goons if there was some bullshit happening within their territory. And I don't know, presumably whatever was going on in that building necessitated not calling in a more traditional form of law enforcement.
Yeah.
I think you can also assume that they knew none of this when they did this.
I mean,
We
they
did it for the
seem-
music, dude.
They seem very clever.
Nothing like sampling the destruction of the Monsanto Bear Stern
Yeah.
building.
To
I mean,
the
look,
question of what.
Einstürzende Neubauten was great, and now you just want the revival.
It's more like
Einstürzende Neuneubauten.
it's more like noisecore meets like grime rock, and like
Okay.
and like we like sample our own sounds like from the deaths of pigs, and like that's what trillions of dead cops is about. Like rest in peace.
I could never pronounce.
I used to be in a band as John Lennon with one leg dragging behind
Oh,
him,
yeah.
one arm not moving and the other one gesturing like this. I used to be in a band. I was singer, songwriter, and I did a bunch of other stuff. It was good.
This is the worst fucking day of my life.
It was a good band. Would you hand me a Mountain Dew? We keep them in the fridge.
Somehow worse than the death of my friends.
I'd love to sing you a song, except I can't anymore. Ever since I found out my love of my life is still alive somehow and won't talk to me anymore. We went to get coffee one time and she said I was a loser now. I believe it was mostly because fucking Walt Disney over here kept talking about mouse shit the whole time.
Wait, he came with you to meet your.
I have
wife?
social anxiety, I do. John Lennon's got social anxiety and can't get out there. Imagine going out by yourself, being all you can be. Instead, I go everywhere with my two boys. I do.
Bowser lets you out into the world?
Well, we snuck out because we felt like being bad boys for once.
That's a very bad boy. You know what could happen if you're discovered by the mainstream media.
This is the worst place I've ever
What are they
been.
gonna do? What are they gonna do when they come for you?
That's
Bad
not one of
boys,
the
bad
songs
boys,
I
bad
wrote.
boys.
I wrote a lot of other songs.
You might want to sing it note for note. Anyway.
Doody
Thank you,
doo doo
John.
doo. George sang that one. Here comes my son. Doody doo doo. That was George though. I sang the one about the octopus, I think. Anyway, where's that Mountain Dew? Put it in my good hand. My other one's stupid now. That's why I don't play guitar no more.
Here we go, John.
Also, I can't sing anymore. What with me going through this ice, and now I have a shitty accent. And I'm not from Liverpool no more. John Lennon's not. No, he ain't. Thanks for the Mountain Dew. And then because he only has one hand, he opens it with his teeth. You see one of his front teeth like wiggle badly, and then he starts drinking it horribly. And he starts walking back, and he goes,
humanely dispatch
"Strawberry fields for my friends who are all dead except Yoko."
I came down
who
here
won't
wanting
talk
to kill
me.
Richard Nixon, but at
But
the
I
end
think
of
we all
this,
know. Also, Laz, that band you mentioned, could never pronounce their name right, so I always called them Einstein Nintendo. Anyway. One more time?
One more time.
Anyway. So, we gotta find this school.
Oh wait, you guys rolled really high to see who they were.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what you know. It's not super secret, and you know the code words through Sokolov and most specifically Steel Skull Jack Hennessy. So let's start right there. So what you know is, of course, the one and only Steel Skull Jack Hennessy, who, if you recall, is retired from Kill Team 6, but did say they were called back from their toe-dipping journey up in Woodstock by helicopter to come back to Johnny's Cafe and visit. Now, Steel Skull Jack Hennessy, of course, has a steel skull in his plate, has a steel skull in his head, and is muscular, loves apple cider donuts, hates his ex-wife, and has a jaw made out of raw steel. Outside of Steel Skull Jack Hennessy, who is the oldest member of Kill Team 6, many other ones dying, there is, of course, another person that you know, but not well, is Yanni. Yanni, who is not considered an official bodyguard of Abram Sokolov, but is instead a wanted info terrorist in 17 different countries, and is known to be one of the, at least on hacker boards, one of the most legendary hackers in the darknet spheres.
Can I
Yanni-
cross-reference against my internal data?
Yeah, absolutely, you can. Well,
What
the
my
Yanni keeps just playing on and off. You, yeah.
my previous research?
What dice roll would that be? Would it be off of one of your contacts?
No. That's to do. I just want I've the deck I picked up contained a lot of data about various info terrorists. I'm just kind of curious if he was in any way, shape, or form involved in other shady shit. That's all.
You do a quick search off that, and no. The answer is no. Yanni has no relation whatsoever to Gangrel, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious.
But yeah, Yanni you've seen tending bar at Johnny's Cafe repeatedly, and Yanni also was the one who was called by presumably Agent Carter to send over Sokolov in the moment when you were trying to get Dangresti and Todd through Sokolov down the window. Outside of that, and a lot of this is information you're filling in yourself. Outside of that, recent members, you believe, is an individual named the Commissar, who is a wide jaw. Is it doing it to this one too? Yeah, they all want to keep doing this. I'm sorry. The Commissar is a...
Too much animation.
Yeah, too much animation. Is a wide-jawed, blonde-haired gentleman with big lips and thick and dangerous, monosyllabic, and is known to be muscle for the group, which might be disconcerting because one would assume Steel Skull Jack Hennessy is muscle, if that's still believed. Then there is a mysterious assassin figure known only as Ark, but even just a little bit of searching on the dark web, and you find fan theories that Ark is short for Andrei Romanovich Chikatilo, who is a famous mass murderer. But Ark is nobody knows what Ark's face looks like. Commissar, you get a picture: blonde mullet, wide jaw. Yanni has a thick neck, overweight, big lips, constantly open a little bit, likes to wear a bow tie and a little vest. Steel Skull Jack Hennessy, of course, you know. He's got unfuckwittable tattooed on his forehead. Half of his jaw is is metal, and he wears and he always is smoking a cigar. The last two members that you're able to find anything out about are Baba Yaga, two individual people that speak and move almost simultaneously The two are, one is a very old woman, the other one is a very young woman, and they seem to both speak and move with similar voices. And every every image you can find of them has what looks like a giant black amorphous dog in the background. The dog has a mouth, a wide gaping mouth that seems to move like smoke and has at least a dozen eyes. But when you look directly at it, it seems to disappear. This, as far as you could tell, are the members. But you also notice that if Steel Skull Jack Hennessy has indeed retired, that only amounts to 5. And if you count Baba Yaga as a single individual, that's only 4. So there might be other people that with those dice rolls you were not able to get information on, or this might be the entirety of Kill Team 6.
Or is the other thing is, for Steel Skull Jack Hennessy is a fairly recent retirement. Some of the other ones might not have made the news yet.
Right.
As part of Kill Team 6.
Exactly, because the other people we're looking for are all older. None of them look like they're under the age of 20. In fact, one of the Baba Yagas looks like they're easily in their 70s, if not older.
Mm-hmm.
Jensen knows that Andrei Chikatilo is a real Russian serial killer, but I wonder if somebody who's been around that long, possibly, and maybe knows something, maybe has some connection to Bowser Jenkum and the cryogenic freezing.
Would Jensen like to tell the chat about Andrei Chikatilo?
Oh, he was the butcher of Rostov or something. I don't know. He was a really bad Russian serial killer. I don't know.
I've heard of Butcher of Rostov.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have your information about this. You have your plan to go to one of 3 locations, I guess, to try to lure them into a trap and perhaps blow up the building rather than even confront them directly. Is that right?
Well, blow up the building, in general, see if we can at least unsettle them before, put them onto bad ground.
Sure. And the good news about this, of course, is that, Bobby Bobbiano is under protection, but what you've gained is an explosives and infiltration expert, a Chef Mike over here, who, of course, loves to take a bullet, and we all know that Lance is going to be back, and we all know that Lance loves shooting bullets.
Yep.
So it seems like the team has inherited a few heavies.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that means you've got a shot. Because I have to say, I don't know if the old team would have a chance at this.
The other thing is, I'm curious if Steel Skull Jack Hennessy knows that Yanni might have been playing some double games. And I might try and drop him a quick line as well.
Interesting.
Because again, frankly, I prefer not, if we can get away with it, I'm happy not having the head money on Steel Skull.
Sure.
Well,
Steel Skull said the same thing last week. Steel Skull was saying he didn't want to fight you either. Raketon just said, the Butcher of Rostov, the Red Ripper, and the Rostov Ripper. So
I think this guy's been cryogenically frozen, and Bowser Jenkum might know some shit about him.
Bowser Jenkum might know some shit about him, but we're going to have to hold that for next week because it is 11 o'clock.
Oh, shite.
So we have right here a team of much heavier hitters than we had before going up against a legendary team of Russo Corp hitters. And we're going to see what happens there. I like that you got a little bit of a plan, and I promise that by next week I will have drawn some blueprints so that we can actually form it more of a plan. What's more, Lance will be back, and he might be able to give such great suggestions as, if I stand here, I can shoot people good. So I look forward to that as well. Does
Lance
anybody
does
have
love meatballs.
Lance does love meatballs, and we've got a chef on squad now. Does anybody else have any thing that they want to add before we do our outro?
I'm just here to fucking get revenge, dude. I'm gonna kill as many pigs as I can, and hopefully, I might teach you something about this century. Because there's so much to,
There's so much to hate, apparently. So much nihilism to indulge in.
Well, for one, you shouldn't be hanging out with Richard Nixon and Walt Disney. I was gonna say, John Lennon, that's amazing, but meeting him myself, I don't know. We've got some stuff to talk about.
You and John Lennon, or?
I don't know if that man deserves to live on this planet.
I understand. Well, if we want to go around again and say who we all are and what we all do, starting over here with my friend Alex taking the spot of Tyler Boss, who always does it.
I just say my name.
You could say your name, you can say who you played, and if you want to talk about anything else. I know that Dennis Moran says, oh my God, what is the name of that
Watch
show?
Ball Masters.
Watch Ball Masters, season 2. Thank you for the save.
Oh, I'm Alex Crocus. I'm Chef Mike.
Hey.
Well,
What's up,
he's
Chef
got
Mike?
another 9.
All right, that's 2 hats down.
I'm Daisy Chain, and Peregrine, though unfamiliar, is oddly familiar in some ways.
Who can
Also-
say why?
It's hard to be home after spending some time away and growing up. And I'm Jensen.
And I'm Rosie Rozika, formerly Todd. Rest in peace. Please pour one out for a terrible Todd. I'm now Peregrine.
I'm, as I've been for too long, Leon Lies Montana, hoping to live another day and actually fulfill a contract for a bunch of probably not assholes for once, but they're
what it's
still
about.
assholes. Everybody's an asshole. Anyway,
I'm putting more Fs on the screen, this time for Todd, who frankly deserved it, but we're still sad to see him go. I'm Peter Schmidt. I'm the DM / Game Master / Wizard / The Whole. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week, again at 8:30 p.m. EST.